SIU Salukis.
We are Southern Illinois.
Near corner three from the SIU bench. Yes, sir! That's his own board to him. Between three black jerseys, goes up and lays it in. Confetti pops into the dog pound.
This is Saluki basketball on the Saluki Sports Network from Learfield.
Horn sounds, ball game is over.
This is the IBEW NICA pregame show, brought to you by IBEW NICA, your power professionals. Also brought to you by Banterra Bank. Apply for your Banterra Saluki Visa debit card today. Stop by Banterra to learn more. Member FDIC.
Southern makes it 24 in a row in Banterra Center in non-conference action, and you can feel the magic in Banterra again.
Now let's go courtside.
The vibes are rising again for Saluki basketball, a team that has been taking gut punches all year long in close valley games. SIU has now won 2 in a row. And for a team that has struggled to score the basketball, 3 straight games over 80-plus points has been refreshing to the Saluki players. When you go on the road to beat Belmont and Illinois State, the toughness level needed for those 2 wins speaks volumes. The only thing that has been missing for SIU this season is consistency, being able to stack good wins on top of each other. In the first 2 years of the Nagy era, SIU hasn't won more than 3 games in a row, and today they're going to try to make it 3 in a row, and it would also be 4 of the last 5 in the win column. But to do that, SIU will need to put past demons behind them, as the Bradley Braves have won 7 straight in this series, including 3 in a row in Carbondale. It's the visiting Bradley Braves taking on your Southern Illinois Salukis in the friendly confines of Banterra Center. It's time for Saluki basketball. With the Hall of Famer Rodney Watson, Paxton Guy back at our network studios. I am Luke Martin here courtside inside Banterra for this one today, as SIU again going for 3 wins in a row. Something Coach Watson they've only done twice under head coach Scott Nagy. Once earlier this year in non-conference play when they won 3 in a row. Arkansas, Little Rock at High Point, UT Martin. That's when the vibes were extremely high. And then once a year ago when they beat Missouri State twice in a row, and then Northern Iowa here inside Banterra. But that's what we have talked about at length. Is this Saluki team, what you want to accomplish, wherever you're going to be seated is where you're going to be seated come March Madness. You want to show that you can stack wins in a row, because for you to ultimately do what everybody wants, which is to extend your season to the NCAA tournament, you're going to have to win at minimum 3 games in a row, most likely for Southern 4 in a row.
Yeah, and this being Bradley, a team that all of Saluki Nation has great respect for, and certainly this basketball team respects them, mainly because how much they've dominated this series lately. Southern really knows to get in the conversation of having true confidence going forward into March. This is a big game.
Well, on the further prove your point, man, the UIC game in this building was one that was so frustrating on multiple different levels for SIU. Having an 18-point lead, couldn't hold it. UIC came back. But since then, this is where if you're looking at optimism for the second half, or more than the second half of the season, but leading into league play, is you look at who Southern plays here down the stretch. Of course, they're going to have the Iowa road swing after this one. But if you can go into St. Louis with wins against Illinois State on the road, at home against the Bradley, potentially on the road at Drake or Northern Iowa, one of those two, and of course they'll end the year with Indiana State at home and then go back on the road to Evansville. If you can have wins against especially a team right now in Bradley that's tied for second in the Valley standings, that should lift you up heading into St. Louis for Arch Madness.
You know, we talk about how things that are out of your control can sometimes work in your favor. And again, we got to get through this game first. We mentioned that Bradley, they've had 6 days off since they played this game. This isn't a great time of year. And there's no criticism when you play in a league that has an odd number of teams above 10 teams, this league having 11, you're going to have certain scheduling issues that just happen. It's not because anybody's got to get you, or there are no other motives. It just falls that Bradley had their week, kind of their bye week. We'll see how they play today and see what kind of rhythm. Southern's played a really good rhythm. fast forward to the last weekend of the year when Southern was supposed to have a long stretch from Wednesday all the way through, the conference tournament. Man, none of us were looking forward to that in all reality, except for maybe if you have to get healthy. Playing the Evansville game on that Sunday, now, so all these things you just mentioned really could work in your favor.
Look, and everyone wants to talk about the buys and when they come. And for Southern, it's going to be, I believe, the third time this year they've played a team in league play that's had rest prior to playing them. Southern's 2-0 in the previous two. Illinois State had a bye before taking on SIU in Bloomington Normal. Indiana State was coming off a bye, and arguably their best performance of the season against Evansville. Bye's great and all, but my point in being, it's not been the deciding factor in the games that Southern has played, and you can make the argument that two of Southern's better games they played have been against teams that have come off byes.
I'll tell you one of the smartest things that I heard that went on in this program after the Indiana State game. Southern was going to play again, was it Thursday, right? And so Southern takes Tuesday off. They don't come in the gym. It's how you manage your time right now this time of year, but you need to keep playing with some regularity. Because the reality is this, and I had a former coach tell me this, in this time of year, your best practice of the week are the days you play games. So this thing about, well, we need to practice, need the reps. Look, you're past that stage. You got to tweak a few things, but getting yourself in rhythm, and that's where I really like where Southern's played, especially this week, how much rhythm they played, especially their top 7 guys.
Your teams were just always prepared, so you didn't need the extra reps.
My teams could be a mess.
Let's go ahead and get to our First Southern Bank first impressions of the Bradley Braves. First Southern Bank, local people, local decisions, community banking at its best. Named Brian Wardle, 16th season overall, his 11th at Bradley. And think about this, Coach Watson. They have now gone to 3 straight NITs. And in today's day and age, it's so hard to just make the postseason in general. And I know a lot of folks in Peoria want it to be NCAA tournament bursts, but they're trying to go 4 straight postseason bursts. Coach Wardle's teams have always been really hard to deal with, and this year may not be his most talented roster that he's had. And guess what? They're 10-5 in the league, and they're tied for second.
We really enjoyed speaking with him earlier this week, and he was very forthcoming about what he does in the program. Obviously, wasn't giving away the secret sauce, but one thing that's very much a constant is that they've always been tough defensively. He mentioned to us when we played him back in December on the 21st, we were without Prince Aligbe. We didn't talk about that. He certainly knew it. They were playing a smaller lineup, and he said, when we looked at our defense, it was nowhere near. I didn't like where our team was, and we've had to go bigger, which they've now go bigger, putting Smith as a 3-man instead of as a 4, and bringing guards off the bench. Really good guards, by the way. I really think he really values and evaluates his team really in a smart way. He's not an easy guy to play for now. Let's not pretend like this is the guy you want to hang out with after a bad day, because it's not really the case, especially on the bus. But the reality is he knows what he's doing, and he keeps proving it year after year after year.
You talk about their guards and built so well. Jaquan Johnson, who's shooting right here in front of us. You talk about a strong dude, and you can see why he leads the team in terms of scoring, but he's first in the Valley in steals. He's also top 10 when it comes to personal fouls drawn. He's drawn 62 fouls in his Valley games this year. And that was a big reason why in game number 1, Bradley got the win, was he got to the free throw line 10 times and made all 10 free throws.
Tough player, man. His nickname is Bully. He is. He bullied us several times. I think Southern's going to be much better prepared to handle that today. But then you throw in a Montana Wheeler, a freshman, another small guard that can come in and just pick up where Johnson left off, or they can play them together at a small size, because now they're playing with more length on the rest of the perimeter. What an advantage Bradley has. Just, again, smart recruiting to know players that you bring in your program that does what they feel like is necessary to be in the hunt for a conference championship, 1 game back late in February.
Don't want to say because we're not with their program and don't know what all is going on, but Demarion Birch, who has been a good player for him, has had a couple of do-not plays. He was listed on the availability report as questionable today due to an illness. He's warming up in front of us. He hasn't been in a lot of games recently. He's only played in 2 of the last 5, but that's a guy that has shown if whatever message got sent from Coach Wardle and his staff, that's a player that you can ill afford today for Southern to really just get back into a groove, because and that's if he plays. We don't know if he is or not, but if he gets inserted into the game, That's a guy who's extremely talented.
He's getting them 10 points a game, and that's what they pretty much know they're getting. That's the other thing that's very impressive about this Bradley team. You look at their stats, and usually their stats are at least that or more. One thing about their stats, they score mid-70s. 72 is kind of their magic number to win games. Southern's going to have to keep them in the 60s to beat this Bradley team, in my estimation. Now the game will come out and be in the 90s, I'm sure, because I've just said that. But Bradley, they when they are playing at their best basketball, they really rebound well and they turn you over.
And keep in mind, 2 of their last 5 games, they've made 17 threes in 2 of those games. 9 games this year where they've made 10 or more threes, and in those 9 games, they are 7-2 in those games. That's our First Southern Bank first impressions of the Bradley Braves. First Southern Bank proudly offers Kasasa checking. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. We got a busy IBEW Nika pregame show rolling along. Brian Wardle will join us. We'll also catch up with Javon Maiman and, of course, head coach Scott Nagy. But when we return, it's time for the Saluki Rewind to the win against Evansville on Thursday night. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Hi, Ameren, Illinois home energy expert Matt Minster here to share how easy saving energy around the house can be. Matching the right size pot to the right size burner can save you up to $36 a year. You can save up to $55 a year by turning off the TV when you leave the house. And switch to LED light bulbs to save up to $75 per year. Discover more tips and rebates at AmerenIllinoisSavings.com/ways to save. Some restrictions may apply.
Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
Intertape Polymer Group and SIU Athletics are sticking together to make a positive impact in Southern Illinois. IPG provides a culture of developing its employees and routinely promotes internally, allowing you to envision a long and rewarding career in packaging and industrial products made right here in Carbondale. If you're looking for a great place to work that is committed to safety and the growth of its valued employees, families, and communities, then IPG is for you. Reach out to join the IPG team at itape.com or through social media outlets. #ITape with IPG.
Cheering on the Salukis? Make your stay a winning one at the newly renovated Holiday Inn Conference Center in Carbondale. Soon to be Holiday Inn Express. Just minutes from campus, you'll love the fresh new rooms, modern amenities, and welcoming atmosphere. The Holiday Inn Carbondale are proud partners of SIU Athletics and the preferred hotel for Saluki fans, families, and teams. Book your stay today at holidayinn.com/CarbondaleIL. Holiday Inn Carbondale. Stay smart, stay refreshed, stay relaxed.
Situated in the flowing hills and grand terrain of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, a memorable golf experience awaits. It's Dalhousie Golf Club. For over 20 years, Dalhousie has set the standard for golf in Missouri and beyond. Historically voted as the #1 golf experience in the state and serving as host to numerous golf championships, Dalhousie is a special place. A limited number of affordable local, national, and social memberships are presently available. Contact John Oliver at 573-979-2912 to learn how you can become a member of Dalhousie Golf Club. That's John Oliver, 573-979-2912.
Ever seen a Saluki climb a roof? Well, neither have we. But at SI Roofing and Siding, we work just as fast, just as sleek, and just as reliable. From roofing to gutters and premium steel board and batten siding, our team makes your home look sharp and stay strong. Based right here in Marion, we're BBB A+ rated and proud to serve Southern Illinois. Don't settle for rough results. Call SI Roofing and Siding today at 618-971-1457 or visit siroofing.net. SI Roofing and Siding, built to run with the big dogs.
On this Saluki Rewind to Southern's most recent win over the Evansville Purple Aces, it's pretty easy to find a starting point. SIU led 11-9, 5 minutes into the first half, and then the longest run of the Nagy era ensued with a 22-0 run, fueled in large part by Rollins Aligbe. To Rollins, far right corner three, line drives it in. Rollins Aligbe, he's got 6 and a timeout by Evansville. 19-9, 13:04 on the clock. Steffi, middle of the floor, top of the circle to his right. Reversed out Rollins, transition 3 on its way! Bullseye! Rollins Aligbe with 9, and right now it's Southern 26, Evansville 9. Haynes to the free throw line. Rollins, another three. Oh, my goodness. Rollins, the league mate, knocks it in again. And another timeout by Evansville. It is raining threes here inside Banterra. And SIU has started the game 6 of 9 from 3, and they lead it by 20. In totality, it was a 30-2 run for Southern to start the game against the Aces after leading 11-9. And Evansville did cut it back to 7 with 2:14 to go till halftime, but Salukis led 43-32 at the break. SIU continued its hot shooting in the second half, using a 17-3 run that stretched from the end of the first half into the second, helping get the Salukis lead back to 20. House, top of the circle, low left block, reverse lay-in, rolls in, right off the front of that orange tin. Kelron's doubled up his point total already here in the second half. He's got 6, 4 of the 6 here in the early stages. Now it's down to 7 with 6. Fade away shot, ripples that rope. Man, Kelron House, what a beautiful shot. He's got 8. House spinning at the left elbow, straight away Steffi hesitating, then hoist up the 3, and Drew Steffi knocks it in. Steffi had 11 points in the first half. It's his first field goal in the second half. The game already was in SIU's favor, and yet you're finding a theme with this one on Thursday. Game of runs, and Southern had another with just under 8 minutes till the end of the game. A 15-2 run, this time for SIU. Haynes, low left block, muscles up a shot and in. Yeah, that was a tough shot for Jalen Haynes. He's only got 6 points. It's his first 2 in the second half. Mayo in the near corner in front of Southern's bench. Picard, straightaway 3. Line drives it in. Max Picard's first made 3 tonight. Only his 6th made 3 of the season. Low left corner. Mayo spinning back underneath the basket. Reverse lay-in for Damian Mayo. Damian Mayo's got 9 points. 71-52. SIU leads back on defense. Hughes on the left side of the floor. Low right block. Spinning hook shot. Wide left. Mayo corrals it with his right hand. Mayo comes down left to right for SIU. Mayo all the way to the rim. Crosses over and lays it in again. Mayo's got 8 in the second half. 11 as he reaches double figures again. 73-52. That's the Saluki rewind to SIU's win over the Purple Aces, 86-60 on Thursday night in Banterra Center. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, it's time to sit down with Bradley head coach Brian Wardle. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
The roar of the crowd. Buzzer beaters. There's nothing more thrilling than Saluki basketball. And just like the Salukis, Vogler Ford is putting prices in a full-court press. Take advantage of slam dunk savings on a new Bronco. Or make a fast break in a new Explorer for less than you'd expect. We're keeping high prices in foul trouble all season long. So when you want to get a new Ford, you've got to get to Vogler.
If you love the outdoors like I do, then you'll love Southern Illinois. But the indoor activities are also great. I'm Luke Walsh, and I'm proud to play for Saluki men's basketball. In this region, there's nothing like the fans and community support, and one of the biggest supporters is Banterra. It's why I'm glad to be a customer. I opened my account online, and their Saluki Visa debit card supports SIU scholarships and athletics. That was an easy win for me. Banterra Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics, member FDIC.
It's not just a home, it's a fully connected life. When work flows effortlessly, when friends connect from anywhere, when your house runs on smart everything, and being offline isn't an option, Extreme is the connection you need. Get Extreme 1 gig internet with no data caps, Era Wi-Fi, and equipment, all for $65 a month for 2 years. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie classification. We are a Research One university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
Ulico Inc., a labor-owned insurance and investment company, is pleased to announce its support of the Egyptian Building and Construction Trades Council at Southern Illinois. Our personal insurance marketplace, Ulico Select, offers insurance products that protect and empower union workers and their families. Our values define us. Wherever union workers work, Ulico Select is on the job. It's for us, all of us. Check us out at ullicoselect.com.
Cheering on the Salukis? Make your stay a winning one at the newly renovated Holiday Inn Conference Center in Carbondale. Soon to be Holiday Inn Express. Just minutes from campus, you'll love the fresh new rooms, modern amenities, and welcoming atmosphere. The Holiday Inn Carbondale are proud partners of SIU Athletics and the preferred hotel for Saluki fans, families, and teams. Book your stay today at holidayinn.com/CarbondaleIL. Holiday Inn Carbondale. Stay smart, stay refreshed, stay relaxed.
This is the IBEW Nika pregame show, and we continue it by catching up with Bradley head coach Brian Wardle, who joined us on the Saluki Radio Basketball Podcast, which, again, you can download anywhere you get your podcasts. Just search SIU Salukis or the Saluki Royalty Podcast Network. You can also watch it on YouTube. Just search SIU Salukis. And Coach Wardle was a big win for his group against Belmont Monday night in Peoria, and he knew that his team played extremely well.
It's been a up and down year for us at times. Like, we can play at a very high level, and then we can have some low level segments, and we're still trying to find that consistency. Our defense is getting a little better right now, so I'm happy about that. That's, we were 9th in the league in defense, and I'm used to being 1 or 2, and I think we've dropped 2 or 3 spots already in the last two and a half weeks, where we made some tweaks in January when we had kind of our bye week. We changed some things. And so, we're just trying to get better with this young group and put ourselves in position to go into Arch Madness and be playing our best basketball or have a chance to win it. And I didn't like where we were at, to be honest. Even early January, I thought, maybe we got to tweak a few of these offensive things we're doing. Defensively, for sure, we got to find a way to guard better and defend the rim and rebound better. And so we've been playing bigger lately, and I think it's obviously helping our defense because our defensive numbers are getting better.
Coach Wardle, Coach Nagy talks about all the time with his group how years in the past he's had to really win with offensive-oriented teams. And it's frustrating to him that's almost been flipped this year, where they've really had to pride themselves on the defensive side. You were just talking about how, typically our defense is way where we want it to be, in offense maybe not quite that way. How do you as a coach make sure you help yourself to don't get in your own way at times? And when you go throughout a year, it may not be exactly the way you want it to be, but, the end goal is to win games, and here you are tied for 2nd in the league.
I think you got to adapt as a coach. You got to be flexible. Like, stubbornness can't be part of coaching nowadays, and I learned that at a young age. You got to be willing to adapt to your personnel. And we're at schools where we can't technically recruit players to our system. We don't have that kind of money. We don't have that opportunity. We just got to get the best talent that we can get sometimes, and the best player that fits our city and program and culture. And so you may not get that skilled 5-man you want every year, or that point guard that is a great passer and 3-point shooter. So it just depends. And our personnel is a lot different this year than it was a year ago. I have a new staff. I have new players. And so it's a process. You got to be open-minded about changing things as a head coach. And, I think anyone that's worked for me knows I am. And then we're going to really work hard at it. Can't change all the time. You can't be great at everything. But if you feel it's going to fit your personnel and help your guys be more successful, and they can execute it better, because you guys know the Valley, it comes down to execution. Defensive execution, offensive execution, and playing smart and executing what the game plan is. And I just think we've had to trim stuff off, trim the fat off all the steak. And we got a nice little tiny filet right now, and that's kind of where we're at with our team. And we're going to kind of keep it simple going down the stretch, and hopefully we can master some things here.
When we come back on the IBEW Nika pregame show, Javon Mayman sits down with our coach, Rodney Watson, for the scout of the Bradley Braves. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Springtime must be around the corner. Giant City State Park Lodge is open for the season. The lodge is serving hearty home-style breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day in the heart of Illinois' most scenic park. 3 generations of the Kelly family and their staff look forward to welcoming you back. Bring family and friends, eat well, and enjoy authentic Southern Illinois hospitality at its best. Giant City Lodge, now open and serving every day. Longtime proud supporters of Saluki Athletics. Go Dogs!
Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes every moment cheering on your team even better. Plus, the mountains on the bottles and cans turn blue when your beer is Rocky Mountain cold. So you never have to guess if your Coors Light is ready to drink. So crack one open, take a sip, and enjoy the game. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Conveniently located in the heart of southern Illinois lies Rend Lake Golf Resort, the region's only 27-hole public golf course. With 5 sets of tees, expansive greens, driving range, and on-site PGA instruction, Rend Lake Golf Resort is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. Looking for stay-and-play packages? Check out Rend Lake Golf Resort's on-site lodging, condos, and cabins. After your round, relax with friends and family and enjoy a meal on-site at Seasons Restaurant. To learn more, visit us at RendLakeGolfResort.com. Rend Lake Golf Resort, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you, because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Bank with people you know, who know and love Southern Illinois. First Southern Bank is a community bank that cares for and gives back to the communities we serve. Locally owned, local people, local decisions, and locations throughout Southern Illinois to serve you. First Southern Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Visit First Southern Bank at firstsouthernbank.net.
Southern Illinois has a new place to party it up or wind down. Introducing Southpaw Bar and Grill in Murfreesboro. With 22,000 square feet and a full kitchen, they have everything you need to make the most of your lunch, dinner, or night out. Burgers, wings, and barbecue are their speciality. It's the all-new Southpaw Bar and Grill. Check them out on Facebook or find them at the corner of Route 127 and the Ava Blacktop. Now open Sunday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. to midnight and 10:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Southpaw Bar and Grill, the official Saluki watch party destination of Murfreesboro.
Welcome back to the IBEW NECA pregame show. Javon Mayman's with us. Coach, 56 days ago, we were in Peoria and we last saw the Bradley Braves. How have they changed since that time?
One of the things that they're doing exceptionally well, much better, is shooting the three ball better as well. But they're playing with the bigger lineup, which helps them in rebounding areas and some other areas as well, which, that they're still minus on a rebounder for the year, but I'm sure it helps them a ton on the glass. And, over conference, they're right at about 10 offensive rebounds a game for them. And, just a little bit more size up front and a little bit more versatility with Smith playing the three and Bennett at the four, and being able to interchange those guys as well.
Coach Wardle shared with Luke Martin and I that he felt like he had to go bigger to be better defensively. Have you seen it?
They've always been a team that has collapsed the paint, collapsed on the ball a lot. So with that being said, so with their guards raking at the ball and how they collapse, it just makes everything tighter around the paint, which may make it a little bit more difficult for teams to score in the paint, with a little bit more size in there and being able to challenge shots and alter shots in the paint and around the rim. They've also played a little bit more zone than what they have in the past. Traditionally, a lot of times they played a 1-3-1. They've been playing some 2-3 zone here, a few possessions a game as well.
How can you guys limit them from scoring in an area where it's caused them problems?
On average, like 77 points a game in league, right? And for us, the main priority is to keep, don't give them free points. Like when we played them at their place, they were in the bonus halfway through the first half. a little bit over 10 minutes into the first half, and we just gave away 3 points. Now, when it comes to just strategy and things of that nature, really just trying to keep the ball in front of us. There's such, with Johnson and with Wheeler, even with Alex Hubrish handling the ball a little bit more, like just getting downhill. Dietrich Richardson is a young player that's come in, that's been playing a little bit more with them, for them. He does a really good job of putting pressure on us. So really just trying to keep the ball in front and challenge them to take tough shots and tough twos. And then we have to defend the three-point line extremely well.
It's great to have a point guard, and Bradley's got two. Montana Wheeler has just come on, and he's almost going 4-to-1 assist to turnovers. What have you seen that has allowed him to kind of explode in the second half of the season, and what's an area where you guys can be effective with this young freshman?
Yeah, I mean, he's very similar to Johnson. His ability to get downhill, like I say, he's very heady. When we played him the first time, he was leading the team in assists coming off the bench. So we were aware of that and his ability to see the floor and be able to spray the ball. But he's a very unselfish player. He does a really good job of gaining advantage and seeing kicks as well. Obviously, if he's sprinting, and you have to be making shots for him to get assists. So he's finding the right guys in the right spots. Very similar. So we're going to kind of treat that the same, right? Try to bounce him out, put another body in front of him to not allow him to see the floor as freely, and have to make some irrational decisions, some quick and irrational decisions with the ball in his hands.
Bradley will give up points, and their defense is better. Obviously, it's been better late January, but they're still giving up 77. Where can you guys be effective in getting buckets?
Yeah, playing in the middle of the floor. Getting on the transition, defending, being able to get stops, and getting the ball up the floor in a quick and hurry, and trying to score at the rim in transition. But in the half court, really just try to attack them in the middle. And gain some advantages there. And we've been doing a little bit of a better job at that over the last couple of games, trying to keep the ball in the middle of the floor, and it helps with a little bit more spacing and being able to attack it, from that aspect of it, being able to get our bigs in position, to score regardless if that's, with the fours or with the fives, and trying to put them in position to score the ball around the rim as well.
That's Javon Mayman, and you're listening to Saluki Basketball from Learfield.
Ulico Inc., a labor-owned insurance and investment company, is pleased to announce its support of the Egyptian Building and Construction Trades Council at Southern Illinois. Our personal insurance marketplace, Ulico Select, offers insurance products that protect and empower union workers and their families. Our values define us. Wherever union workers work, Ulico Select is on the job. It's for us, all of us. Check us out at ullicoselect.com.
Life is full of surprises, some good, some not so good. It's why your State Farm agent is there with good neighbor service and surprisingly great rates for everyone. Yep, that's right. At State Farm, you get the great service and great rates with every policy, so you can be prepared for all of life's surprises. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. Applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements. When you want a great deal, call State Farm agent Dave Anderson in Heron or Bob Barr in Carbondale today.
A Saluki tradition since 1896, the SIU Alumni Association is the heartbeat of Saluki Nation. Our legacy is strong. Through events, programs, networking, and scholarships, the association keeps alumni connected and supports our current students. Stay connected and show your pride. Update your contact info at siualumni.com. Follow us on our socials. Join us in an event and shop SIU first with the Saluki Market. Once a Saluki, always a Saluki.
We all like new stuff. A new car, a new house, even a new big screen TV. The looks, smell, and feel of something new. If you love new, then you'll love Newbie's Pizza in Carbondale. That's why they handcraft each order to your specific detail and desire. Think about Newbie's Pizza at 830 East Walnut Street in Carbondale. Visit NEWBYSPIZZA.com. Newbie's Pizza, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
The Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament has been the showcase for buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. With nearly 5 decades of heart-racing excitement, it begins here at Enterprise Center. The 2026 State Farm MVC Tournament, presented by Credit Union One, Great Southern Bank, and SSM Health, tips off on March 5th through 8th. Celebrate 50 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
You work hard to keep your car running and your home safe, so it makes sense to keep them protected with a company that has your interests at the heart of what they do. That's why turning to Country Financial for car and home insurance is an easy choice. Country Financial has been providing insurance and protecting families like yours for 100 years. That's the kind of stability you can trust. Our dedicated reps live and work right in your community and are ready to connect with you to get insurance that fits your needs. Get more for your car and home insurance at countryfinancial.com.
Paxton Guy back on the IBEW Nika pregame show. It's SIU and Bradley. Elsewhere around the league today, also tipping at 1 o'clock, it's Indiana State at Valparaiso. Both these teams coming off tough losses. Trees pushed Murray State to the brink the other night before losing, and Valpo, they dropped a 2-pointer to Illinois State the other night. Drake is at Northern Iowa. The Bulldogs are reeling. They've dropped 5 in a row. In fact, they're a half game behind SIU in the Valley standings. Northern Iowa, what can we say? We've seen this before. Ben Jacobson teams in February, they've won 3 of their last 4 and nearly beat Belmont the other night. It's Illinois State at UIC. Both are 9-6 in the league, tied for 4th, but the Flames hold the tiebreaker and with a win can sweep the Redbirds on the season today. And on ESPN2 later tonight at 5 o'clock, it's Belmont at Murray State. Bruins have won 10 of 11. Racers have won 3 out of 4. Bruins go for the sweep. And if they knock off Murray tonight, that all but wraps up the top seed for the Bruins at Arch Madness. Top 25, just one game to tell you about. It's in the Big Ten, and it's in Champaign. Number 8, Illinois, leading Indiana 32-25. The under 4 timeout late in the first half. It's a doubleheader day at Banterra Center. The SIU women taking on Bradley. That'll tip at 4 o'clock. No pregame show. Larry Larson will still call that over on News Radio WJPF in Southern Illinois and on the Varsity Network app. When we return on the IBEW Nika pregame show, we'll sit down with the head coach, Scott Nagy. This is Saluki Basketball from Learfield.
Your driveway is the gateway to your home. Don't trust just any business to do the job. Come to E.T. Simons, where our professionally trained and experienced staff will handle all of your paving needs. E.T. Simons is a Southern Illinois-based company who is an industry leader in the Southern Illinois construction industry. With over 75 years of experience, we service everything from commercial, industrial, governmental, and residential customers. E.T. Simons, paving the way to customer satisfaction since 1946.
When you play sports, you know the importance of teamwork. I'm Michaela Coburn, and I play for SIU Saluki Women's Softball. I'm also a Banterra customer because they are a great team player for our communities, and they are making banking easy. With Banterra, I was able to open my account online, and with their mobile app, I can manage my money on my time. Plus, with the Saluki Visa debit card, I know my purchases support SIU scholarships and athletics. That was an easy win for me. Banterra Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics, member FDIC.
No one should have to pay for the damages that result from a personal injury caused by someone else. The partners of Sam C. Mitchell Law, Lance Brown, and Matthew Caraway fight for Southern Illinoisans because they are Southern Illinoisans. For decades, the firm has proven to be a trusted, experienced, and dedicated partner in helping bring justice and personal service to the victims of negligence and intentional wrongdoing. Let the attorneys of Sam C. Mitchell fight for you. For more information, visit scmitchell.com.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you. Because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. And that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
The Missouri Valley Conference men's basketball tournament has been the showcase for buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. With nearly 5 decades of heart-racing excitement, it begins here at Enterprise Center. The 2026 State Farm MVC Tournament, presented by Credit Union One, Great Southern Bank, and SSM Health, tips off on March 5th through 8th. Celebrate 50 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
Hi, Ameren, Illinois home energy expert Matt Minster here to share how easy saving energy around the house can be. Matching the right size pot to the right size burner can save you up to $36 a year. You can save up to $55 a year by turning off the TV when you leave the house. And switch to LED light bulbs to save up to $75 per year. Discover more tips and rebates at AmerenIllinoisSavings.com/ways to save. Some restrictions may apply.
Coach Nagy, obviously today an important game for your team, but we talked about the importance of the blackout cancer game the other night. Tonight, great opportunity for you, obviously, to raise awareness for Samaritan's Feet. It's been a game that you've been a part of for a long, long time. What's been the best thing about bringing awareness to a game like today for you personally, of obviously something that's meant a lot to you and your family throughout your years?
Yeah, I think for me personally, just is getting to know Manny Ahomey, who is the president and CEO of Samaritan's Feet, and then being able to do what we can to help my daughter's native country of Haiti. And it's kind of fun today because Naika's here. Her birthday was yesterday, Valentine's Day, so she's at the game, and she knows why I started doing this. So it's fun for us to have her here.
When you think of all these years later, how important is it that this is still something that you're doing? Because it's something you've been doing for a long time.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have been if it wasn't for Manny and knowing what his heart's about, and so it makes it pretty easy for me.
Let's look towards, obviously, your team, and, man, been playing really well here recently, Coach Nagy. What have you been most excited about with how your team has played here in this recent stretch?
Mostly just offensively, we're starting to put some points back on the board. We made one simple change, but it's seemed to have helped us quite a bit. But we defensively we've been pretty good, not great, and so we're still pointing those things out. But offensively, we've been better, and that takes some pressure off of our defense.
You talked about your offense, 3 straight games over 80 points, and yet, as you would probably describe, your team so far from being perfect on the offensive end. What are areas that you look at and go, here are still areas where we can get better, which can even open it up to more production?
Well, shooting is the main thing, and how much we can change that this year, I don't know, but we have to keep shooting the ball. I mean, we took 27 threes the other night, which is a lot for us, but Evansville was going to make us do that, and 33% of those we made 9. If we can just get to that, that would at least keep teams honest with us.
We've talked so much about Rollins this year and the improvement he has made, and it's hard to find a guy in the league that's made such a big jump from last year to this year. But what are areas that you guys as a staff continue to communicate to him of, hey, these are great strides that you made, but, hey, here's also more areas where you can impact this game even in bigger ways?
Mostly it would be his focus. He can just mentally get a little bit sideways and lose focus. He, like I said, I've never had to turn him up, but sometimes you have to calm him down. He can get a little bit out of control, and I wouldn't say emotionally, but it just is. He's not overly emotional one way or the other, which is great. But he is turned up most of the time, and he has high belief in himself.
Jalen Haynes, his defense has really shown to be a big strength, especially, not to say ever since he's become a starter and now going back to the bench, but how has his defense just improved throughout the year, and where would you say his defense is at right now?
Well, he's very good on the ball. He struggles off the ball, as most players do, because that takes a lot more concentration, and, it's because he's such a good athlete. On the ball, he can really swallow it up. He can make mistakes and still cover it up because he's so athletic. Where he needs to improve is off the ball. He tends to just watch the ball when his guy doesn't have it, and he gets beat on cuts and things like that and misses help situations. So that's where he needs to grow defensively.
When we return on the IBEW Nika pregame show, we continue our sit-down with the head coach, Scott Nagy. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Southern Illinois, during every season, what matters most is having a team you can depend on. A cancer diagnosis means it's time to lean on professionals with the expertise in personalized plays to guide you forward one powerful step at a time. Your home team is here. SIH Cancer Institute, advancing care for our communities. Learn more at sih.net/cancer.
It's not just a home, it's a fully connected life. When work flows effortlessly, when friends connect from anywhere, when your house runs on smart everything, and being offline isn't an option, Extreme is the connection you need. Get Extreme 1 gig internet with no data caps, Eero Wi-Fi, and equipment, all for $65 a month for 2 years. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Situated in the flowing hills and grand terrain of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, a memorable golf experience awaits. It's Dalhousie Golf Club. For over 20 years, Dalhousie has set the standard for golf in Missouri and beyond. Historically voted as the #1 golf experience in the state and serving as host to numerous golf championships, Dalhousie is a special place. A limited number of affordable local, national, and social memberships are presently available. Contact John Oliver at 573-979-2912 to learn how you can become a member of Dalhousie Golf Club. That's John Oliver, 573-979-2912.
SIU Credit Union knows what it means to be a part of a team. Whether you're on the field or in the stands, community is what it's all about. They're not just here for your financial needs, they're here to give back, because people helping people is at the heart of everything they do. You can join SIUCU if you live or work in one of the lower 24 counties in Southern Illinois. That's right, if you're a Saluki fan, you can be a part of their team too. Learn more at SIUCU.org. SIU Credit Union, your financial home team. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
A Saluki tradition since 1896, the SIU Alumni Association is the heartbeat of Saluki Nation. Our legacy is strong. Through events, programs, networking, and scholarships, the association keeps alumni connected and supports our current students. Stay connected and show your pride. Update your contact info at siualumni.com. Follow us on our socials, join us in events, and shop SIU first with the Saluki Market. Once a Saluki, always a Saluki.
To Bradley today. You know, it's been a while since we've seen Coach Wardle's team. It was back in December. A lot has changed for both of the teams in this game today since then. What's impressed you about them, especially their most recent game in overtime win against Belmont?
Yeah, I think that, you know, I swear it's just another team that's been sitting around for 6 days waiting to play us. I mean, our schedule, you know, everybody in the league even says we don't want the Southern Illinois schedule next year. But some of that is not bad for us, and I think that we're kind of in a rhythm now, playing every 3 days and gotten used to that. So, but they've been sitting around for a week, everybody telling them how great they are, and you know, that was a big win for them. It was an emotional win for them, and you know, it's an opportunity for us maybe to catch them flat. But you know, Brian does a good job. He'll have the guys ready.
Talk about Alex, of course, a guy you know really well, recruited to Wright State. He's been shooting the basketball really well here recently. Where have you seen him just on film improve throughout this season? What are some areas where you go, man, he has really improved this aspect of his game since the last time you coached?
I mean, he's just shooting it at a higher percentage. You know, he just is. And, I mean, he's in his 6th year of college basketball. He's you know, he's a man, he's not a boy, and so he's got a lot of experience and a lot of good players around him, which helps him be better.
Your bigs, no doubt, have had a really productive season, Coach Nagy, and you look at Bradley, Jonovich is a big dude down there. Caillou's been playing a little bit more recently. Where do you feel your bigs can have an impact on the game today, especially with how Bradley plays?
Well, our bigs need to have an impact defensively, helping our guards, because you look at their top 4 or 5 shot takers, they're all guards. They're all guards, and we've got to do a great job in their guards, make their bigs handle the ball more, beat us. And so what our bigs have to do is do a great job defensively and giving our guards help.
Keeping them off the free throw line, I know is always it's important in every game, but that was such a big factor in game one between these two teams. What are the other areas in conjunction trying to keep them off the free throw line that are really important for your group today?
Guarding the three-point line, they shoot it at almost 38%, which is excellent for a college basketball team. But yeah, we don't. If Johnson's going to score, we don't want him. He got 20 against us last time, and half of them were from the free throw line.
Coach, appreciate the time. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
Once again, that was head coach Scott Nagy. We'll have our starting lineups next. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Looking for a mortgage that fits your life? Sean Daly at Guild Mortgage has you covered. With hundreds of loan products, including specialized programs for first-time home buyers, military families, and rural residents, we've got the perfect fit for you. Guild Mortgage. Own what matters. Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, Company NMLS 3274. Sean Daly, NMLS 1536006. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply, subject to change without notice.
Saluki fans, accuracy and timing matter on the court, and they matter in surgery too. At SIH, our surgeons use advanced robotic-assisted technology for more precision, smaller incisions, and faster recovery, so you can get back to cheering on your Salukis. Trust the team that treats every procedure like a game-winning play. SIH, advancing care because it's personal. Learn more at sih.net/robotics.
Springtime must be around the corner. Giant City State Park Lodge is open for the season. The Lodge is serving hearty home-style breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day in the heart of Illinois' most scenic park. 3 generations of the Kelly family and their staff look forward to welcoming you back. Bring family and friends, eat well, and enjoy authentic Southern Illinois hospitality at its best. Giant City Lodge, now open and serving every day. Longtime proud supporters of Saluki Athletics. Go Dogs!
Ever seen a Saluki climb a roof? Well, neither have we. But at SI Roofing and Siding, we work just as fast, just as sleek, and just as reliable. From roofing to gutters and premium steel board and batten siding, our team makes your home look sharp and stay strong. Based right here in Marion, we're BBB A+ rated and proud to serve Southern Illinois. Don't settle for rough results. Call SI Roofing and Siding today at 618-971-1457 or visit siroofing.net. SI Roofing and Siding, built to run with the big dogs.
How do you earn a tradition of leadership? You put in the work with outstanding towing and hauling. Innovate with smart features like a mobile generator and dominate the game 48 years straight. That's Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, a legacy of excellence. Only at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Available feature. See Owner's Manual for important operating instructions based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
It's not just a home, it's a fully connected life. When work flows effortlessly, when friends connect from anywhere, when your house runs on smart everything, and being offline isn't an option, Extreme is the connection you need. Get Extreme 1 gig internet with no data caps, Eero Wi-Fi, and equipment, all for $65 a month for 2 years. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Saluki Nation, it's time for the starting lineup tonight for your Southern Illinois Salukis against the Bradley Braves, trying to snap the 7-game losing skid in the series to Bradley this afternoon here in Carbondale. Here are your Saluki starters presented by Shelter Insurance.
Hughes on the left side of the floor, low right block, spinning hook shot, wide left. Mayo corrals with his right hand. Mayo comes down left to right for SIU. Mayo all the way to the rim, crosses over and lays it in again. Mayo's got 8 in the second half, 11 as he reaches double figures again. 73-52,
Damian Mayo Jr., guard, senior, St. Louis, Missouri, League Academy Prep.
To Haynes. Haynes to the free throw line. Rollins, another three. Oh, my goodness. Rollins, the league mate, knocks it in again. And another timeout by Evansville. It is raining threes here inside Banterra.
Rollins, the league mate, a.k.a. Rollo, forward, sophomore, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Minnehaha Academy.
That left-handed hip high dribble off the Steffi right arc downhill quickly to the rim. Got the foul and the bucket. That's what you can do, Drew Steffi. Lays it in for his 8th point of the game.
Drew Steffi, guard, sophomore, Frisco, Texas, Frisco Memorial.
His house to his right at the Valley Texas Maroon. Got his man in the air, Casey off the Prince. Low right block, and he laid it in front of the rim.
Prince of League Bay, forward, senior, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Minnehaha Academy.
Mayo has it with 13. High elbow, Rollins. Rollins with 10 on the near wing. Pitched off the house with 8. Now it's down to 7 with 6. Fade away shot. Ripples that rope. Man, Kelron House, what a beautiful shot. He's got 8.
Kelron House, a.k.a. Lil Scully, sophomore, guard, Louisville, Kentucky, Seneca High School.
When we return, the IBEW Nika pregame show is complete, and it's time for tip-off here from Banterra. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
If your old car is so ugly, dogs won't tinkle on the tires. If you have to dance naked in the moonlight and light a candle to make it start. If it just isn't the car you want it to be, Vic Koenig Chevrolet will give you a big bucket full of cash for it. No dancing necessary. Vic Koenig Chevrolet will buy your car, truck, or SUV, whether you buy one of ours or not. We'll pay you more than you ever thought you could get. And we'll put you behind the wheel of a newer, nicer ride that actually starts every single time. Vic Koenig has a huge selection of reliable pre-owned vehicles in stock now, and dozens of new Chevrolets on their way to Carbondale as we speak. But I promise you, they'll be sold before they ever hit the state line. Hurry in to Vic Koenig Chevrolet and call dibs. Vic Koenig Chevrolet in Carbondale, home of the world-famous SIU Salukis. VicKoenig.com on approved credit.
Turn it up. It's game time. It's time for Saluki basketball on the Saluki Sports Network from Learfield.
Middle of the lane, goes up, a lot of contact, off the glass, bucket, and the foul! The heat check 3, bullseye! He's wide open, far corner 3, yes sir! Now 8-second differential, he's going full throttle, to the rack and he dunked it! Oh my! Catch and shoot 3 on its way, bullseye! Massive 3 for the senior, hoisted up with 2, short with 1, Southern wins! Southern wins! SIU!
Saluki basketball is brought to you by Shelter Insurance for auto, home, and life coverage that goes the distance. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Banterra Bank. Apply for your Banterra Saluki Visa debit card today. Stop by Banterra to learn more. Member FDIC. And by Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds.
Southern will knock off top 25 Indiana State 74-69.
The tip is moments away. Now with a call of the game, here is the voice of the Salukis, Luke Martin.
You never take game days for granted, Saluki Nation, especially when you consider there's only one home game left after today for SIU, which will be the senior night game against Indiana State next week is in February 25th. The following week, Southern will be on the road in Iowa, and then only one home game left. So enjoy them when you have them. You know, this is one of the final 2 home dates of the season for SIU, and it's a big one against their rival Bradley, as today will be game number 112 in the long history between these 2 teams. Let's go ahead and get to our Ron Ward Chevy keys to the game, which are delivered to you by our Hall of Fame coach, Rodney Watson.
First of all, Southern's got to control Bradley's point guards, both Johnson and Wheeler. 2 guys that can really run their team on both ends of the floor, but especially on the offensive side, they have the ability to shrink Southern's defense, play from the inside out, and Southern's got to keep them in spaces that they don't like, and that's out around the logos. Long on that guard play, Southern's got to contain Alex Hubrick's a terrific three-point shooter, a person that Coach Nagy knows all too well. He's really shooting the ball well for Bradley, and Southern, he's a guy that Bradley really needs to get them going again to extend the defense. Southern's got to win the rebound battle. Bradley is 12-1 when they do that in games. Southern's very good at the rebounding. They've got to be good, especially to finish off defensive plays, but they got to steal baskets off the offensive rim. Something they had a lot of success with against Evansville last time out. Southern must value the basketball, limit their turnovers. They've got to make sure they continue to pound the lane. They've got to go hard to the lane where they score best, keep putting pressure on Bradley's defense near the rim where they score best and where Bradley's had some vulnerability.
You were wordy today with the keys to the game. It must be a big game. I can always tell what type of game it is, how long your keys are going to be, Coach Watson. Those were the Ron Ward Chevy keys to the game. Ron Ward Chevy will send you home happy. Here's the starting lineup tonight for the Bradley Braves. Again, our starting lineups are brought to you by Shelter Insurance. Alex Hubricks. He's had an outstanding year, averaging 16 points per game over the last 5 for Bradley. Transferred in from Wright State. Was recruited by Scott Nagy to Wright State. Corey Thomas, a senior forward, 6'10", earning his 6th start of the season. He shoots 50% from 3 in Valley play. Ahmet Jonovic from Serbia. He is a gigantic human being, 7'1" center, making his 26th start this year for head coach Brian Wardle. A.J. Smith, a forward, 6'7". He's got Saluki program ties. Transferred in by way of James Madison in Southern Indiana. And Jaquan Johnson, sophomore guard, only a sophomore, 195 pounds from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, was a part of the all-bench and freshman teams last season for Bradley. Starting line for SIU, you already heard them. Rollins and Prince of League Bay, Damian Mayo Jr., Drew Steffi, and Calron House, the starting 5 for the Salukis. SIU will be in their home whites tonight after their blackout cancer uniforms on Thursday against Evansville. Saluki spelled on the front in maroon with black trim. Maroon numerals on the front and back in black trim as well, with their names spelled out in maroon. Bradley, they will be in their road fire truck red. Bradley uniforms with Bradley scripted on the front in their baby blue trim. White numerals on the front and back in baby blue trim with their names spelled out in white on the back of those uniforms. Jonovic with that long white sleeve on his right leg. He will jump at center court with the sophomore Rollins of League Bay. Saluki fans continuing to file in here on this Sunday afternoon. It is the first of 2 games today. Saluki women will also play Bradley after this one. Randy Heimerman, Randy McCall, and Jeff Campbell, our officiating crew. Randy Heimerman tosses it in the air, and it's won by Bradley. As the Bradley Braves, having won 7 in a row in this series, 3 straight in Carbondale. Jaquan Johnson goes to his left, high of the left wing. Push back, overheads at Smith. He's open on the near wing. Post-entry feed, Jonovic. Jonovic on the low right block. Rollins tried to strip it away. Jonovic reverse lay-in is in. Ahmet Jonovic gets the first 2 of the game. It's 2-0 Bradley. 19:35 on the clock. Rollins of League Bay coming off another nice game from 3. He made 4 the other night. Baseline left to Mayo, back to Rollins, near wing 3, nearly an air ball. Nope, he did not make it, Steve Fallett. Comes to Hubricks on the near wing. Now it's near corner. Thomas's 3, short. Thomas got his own rebound. Thomas stumbling his way with an knee-high dribble. Back out to Hubricks on the Banter center, typing in green. Hubricks on the perimeter, pocket pass Thomas, has it near elbow. Back Johnson, long 3, short. Rollins gets the rebound. Rollins, sideline right to Calron House, 2-0 Bradley. As SIU with the ball on the left side of the floor. House all the way to the low left block, rises, firing too strong. A.J. Smith cleans it up. A.J. Smith and Bradley comes down left to right. Smith on the near wing. Goes left arc, Jaquan Johnson. Johnson pushed out by Calron House, reversed it to Smith, straight away with 18. Now Thomas with 17 on the shot clock, comes out of the corner. Smith, baseline right, turned off by Prince of League Bay. Now it's Thomas on the perimeter. Back behind the arc, left side Johnson. Post-entry feed Jonovic, fake the pass, baseline the Hubricks. Jonovic taking on Rollins, one-on-one. Jonovic had it stripped with 2, with 1. Rollins threw it behind his back, it's loose. Now it's House and SIU coming down right to left. Rollins slow getting up. Calron on the perimeter. One hands at Mayo. Launches the three near wing. Short. Prince battling for the board. Tipped it to Jaquan Johnson. 2-0 Bradley. Johnson all the way to the rack and kissed it home. Jaquan Johnson with his first two. It's 4-0 Bradley. 2 minutes gone by. Calron House, top of the key, to his right, low right block. Runner goes. Confetti pops for Calron House. First made basket of the game. Makes it 4-2. SIU trails by 2. Jaquan Johnson slows it down on that maroon Saluki dog main at midcourt. Johnson with a standing dribble. Finds Smith on the near wing. Smith turned off by Damian Mayo. Picks up his dribble to Jonovic high on that left wing. Jonovic sets a screen for Hubricks. Goes down to Jonovic. They trap him on the low left block. Skip past Smith. Three on the way. Swirled off. Rollins tipped it with one hand. Prince can't corral it. He patty caked it back to himself. And it goes to Calron House in the backcourt. They slow it down. 4-2 lead for Bradley. 17:28 on the winding clock here in the first half. His House and SIU trying to win 3 in a row. Mayo backdoors the House, threw it away in the corner. Steffi, far corner three, back of the lid. Rebound to Smith in the middle of the paint. Smith, sideline left to Jaquan Johnson, comes near sideline right, Hubricks. Hubricks on the perimeter, turns to his left. He was trapped momentarily, now Rollins sags down defensively. Thomas, long left corner three is in.
Southern couldn't get out in the rotation. Bradley doing a nice job going side to side.
7-2 lead for Bradley, 5-point lead, 16:55 on the clock. Backdoor baseline left. Steffi lost out of bounds to it right back in the middle of the floor, and it's taken away by Bradley. 7-2 lead for the Braves. Hubricks zigzagging his way. Top of the key with 25 on the shot clock. To his right with 24. Now back to 23 on the shot clock. Down to 20. Thomas wide open three. They let him shoot it, and it just rolled off the rim. He's a 50% shooter from three. And let him take a wide open look. 5-point lead for Bradley. SIU back on offense. Far corner, Drew Steffi. Lobbed it straight away to Prince Oligbe. Prince on the near wing. Bounce past Mayo, far left corner. Mayo reverse it out to Prince. Tells Rollins to cut to the rim. Now it's Steffi straight away. Steffi to his right. Wide open from the right elbow. Buries it. Drew Steffi makes his first two. Coming off a 14-point effort against Evansville. 3-point lead for Bradley. They come down slowly left to right.
Really encouraging, and the Southern didn't settle for this, their first open shot. They moved the ball several times, and Drew got a wide open one at the elbow.
Hubricks right in front of Southern's bench. Post-entry feed. Jonovic pushed out on the low right block. Now he lowers his shoulder in on Rollins. Jonovic picks up his dribble, spins, left it short. Rollins battling for it, loose on the baseline. Damian Mayo comes away. Damian Mayo and SIU, middle of the floor, snaking his way right arc. Mayo behind the back dribble to the elbow, and he's fouled. It's going to be a foul on Bradley. It's going to be the first whistle of the game. And the first foul on the Bradley Braves. 15:43 on the clock. 7-4 lead for Bradley, which brings us to a media timeout. And our first media timeouts in each half are always brought to you by Ameren Illinois Energy. When it comes to energy, actions speak louder than words. That's why Ameren Illinois works hard to make sure you have the energy you need. And it's why we put savings tools in your hands so you can take action. Learn more about saving money and energy with energy-efficient rebates and incentives at Ameren.com/rebates. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Your driveway is the gateway to your home. Don't trust just any business to do the job. Come to E.T. Simons, where our professionally trained and experienced staff will handle all of your paving needs. E.T. Simons is a Southern Illinois-based company who is an industry leader in the Southern Illinois construction industry. With over 75 years of experience, we service everything from commercial, industrial, governmental, and residential customers. E.T. Simons, paving the way to customer satisfaction since 1946.
A Saluki tradition since 1896, the SIU Alumni Association is the heartbeat of Saluki Nation. Our legacy is strong. Through events, programs, networking, and scholarships, the association keeps alumni connected and supports our current students. Stay connected and show your pride. Update your contact info at SIUalumni.com. Follow us on our socials. Join us in an event and shop SIU first with the Saluki Market. Once a Saluki, always a Saluki.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you. Because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. And that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Scott Nagy in the middle of that Saluki huddle in his bare feet here in this game. It is the Samaritan's Feet game for Coach Nagy, of course, bringing great awareness to the Samaritan's Feet organization. He talked about it pregame. There's a great video as well on Saluki social media going into the background of this game. Tonight's game presented by Banterra Bank, celebrating 50 years of helping communities thrive. Get your Banterra Saluki Visa debit card and support SIU with every purchase. With the Hall of Famer Ronnie Watson, I am Luke Martin. 7-4 lead for Bradley, 15:43 on the clock. It will be Saluki ball out of the timeout.
Bradley's doing a good job of spreading Southern out with 4 guys on the outside, 1 guy inside. Southern's got to be they got to continually be in the proper help side position at all times. Can't overhelp, can't underhelp.
Southern, Max Picar into the game, one of the first subs. Davion Sykes trapped in the corner, bounce past to Steffi, twirls around middle of the lane, right-handed teardrop, can't go, rebound to Caillou. Caillou, A.J. Smith, Alex Hubricks, Timothy Vanderknapp, and Jaquan Johnson are the 5 on the floor for Bradley. As Callenhouse stays in front of Jaquan Johnson, he angles his way, middle of the floor. Far left wing, Vanderknapp overheads at Hubricks. Hubricks with Jalen Haynes on him, went right by him, lost it out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Bradley.
Coach could challenge that one to win, but I don't blame him for not at 15-18. It's just too tight in the game.
Way too early. 7-4 lead for Bradley. They inbound on that maroon baseline. Johnson in the Caillou. Two hands it back top of the circle to Vanderknapp. Vanderknapp dribble handoff with Hubricks. Hubricks bounce pass low right block to dribbled it right off Picar's foot. Calron for it, but it goes out of bounds. It should be shot clock violation. Oh, they're going to put 1 second on the shot clock. So Raina McCall made that call here on the near sideline. Put 1 second on the shot clock. Inbounding will be Montana Wheeler, who's into the game for the first time. Wheeler comes in for Johnson in the near corner on the baseline. Wheeler looks to the rim. Wheeler comes on the wing, and did not get off the time. Man, that was a really early. I agree with Brian Wardle. That trigger was very quick. I mean, barely even got it in.
Putting the full second back on the clock. Typically, you have a chance to get a shot up.
And Raina McCall is going to take a look, and I think the clock started early. It's going to be hard to take a look because there's only a second on it.
Here's the thing about it. He did dip. We call it, he dropped the ball. When he caught it, he dipped or he dropped the ball. And that, once he catches, as soon as he dips, then that clock starts, and he was slow into his shot. I won't be surprised if it holds up.
They're going to take a look at it here real quick to make sure that he did get it off in time or didn't. It's a 7-4 lead right now for Bradley. So they're slowing it down right now they started early though, but now the question is they're going to have to time it to see if he got it off, because by the time he caught it, it was already at 0. It started early. So now the question is they have to time it. So they're going to click the stopwatch here on the DV Sport to check it, but I'll be honest, Coach Watson, I'm a little nervous that I think this is going to end up counting.
Well, Southern got a chance to get their offense lined up. They're going to have the ball out of bounds one way or the other, aren't they?
If it is, it's going to be the third made 3 of the season for Caillou. He's only attempted 10. And again, there was only 1 second. So they're still taking a look at it here off to our left. If he got it off in time.
This is a veteran crew. The last thing they want to be doing the first part of this game is spend a lot of time looking over a shot clock situation. But I'm glad they do it to get it right.
They're going to overturn it. They're going to make the baskets good.
Okay.
So, well, and look, I'm not trying to dig at who Southern played earlier in this week, but remember we had the issue with the score not being right. Immediately, the head coach of the Bradley Braves was saying that clock started early.
Yeah, really sharp awareness for sure.
So the basket goes in for Caillou. A 10-4 lead, and I get the boos from Saluki Nation, but it was the right call, and you got to make sure your table crew is actually locked into the game. Straight away, Davion Sykes. Sykes to his left, hands off House, and House was bumped by Wheeler. Going to be the second foul of the game. It's going to be the first on Montana Wheeler. first foul went against A.J. Smith. 2 team fouls on the Bradley Braves. 10-4 early lead for Bradley. 14:54 on the clock. Drew Steffi inbounds Calron House. House to his right. House one hands off to Haynes. Haynes down near wing. Steffi back to Haynes. Gets downhill. Shoves off of A.J. Smith. Now backpedals back to the right arc. Steffi straight away to his left. Off the Sykes. Bounced off his shoulders. Regains control. Middle of the paint. Right-handed hook shot well short. And a foul on Davion Sykes coming this way. Vanderknapp got the board. It's going to be the first foul on Southern. First foul on Davion Sykes. 10-4 lead. 14:37 on the clock.
Southern didn't have a good offensive rhythm right there. They're trying to get down the middle of the floor with this crew. I think with Picard and Sykes, they can get to the baseline off of them. Sykes nearly stole it from Yu. Yu goes back to his left to Vanderknapp. Vanderknapp on the perimeter, far left corner. Wheeler, 3 on the way in. Swirled in for Montana Wheeler. Threes are falling here early for Bradley. That's the 33rd made three for the true freshman. 8-point lead for the Braves. 12-4 lead Bradley. Max Picard. To his right, Steffi, baseline right, spinning, went window shopping. Drew Steffi banks it in, 12-6 lead for Bradley, 14 minutes left in the first half. Montana Wheeler, it's a high screen from Vanderknapp. Vanderknapp finds, Wheeler on the near wing. Wheeler behind the back dribble, right of the hashes, near corner. Vanderknapp had Haynes closing out, go to Caillou. Yu with Max Picard on him, makes easy work, left-handed shot is in. Caillou making easy work of Max Picard down low. And it's now 5 points for Caillou. Calron House, low right block, left his runner short. Ball in the middle of the paint, goes off to Bradley. Left to right comes Huberts. Huberts in the high post, right elbow reversed out Smith. Smith to his right, out to Huberts on the near arc. Huberts finds Wheeler. Wheeler in the near corner, goes around a U screen. Attacks, finds Caillou, low right block, overheads at far left corner. Vanderknapp, baseline right, left drive, and lays it in. Vanderknapp with 2 more and a timeout by Southern. 16-6 lead, and Southern uses their use it or lose it timeout. 13-13 on the clock. It's a 30-second timeout, 10-point lead. Bradley really increased their lead when Southern went to the bench. Yeah, Bradley also with that, going against that bench defense, they were able to spray the ball from side to side on skip passes, use the baseline smart on the drive, make shots. It's just, they really went at, especially when at Max Picard in particular. And then on the offensive end, with that group, it's not a great scoring group. So Southern's got to regroup themselves to get some buckets, put some heat on Bradley's defense.
At SIU Credit Union, we are people who care about you, your family, and your goals. We want dealing with SIU Credit Union to feel like you're coming home. Visit us at one of our locations or online at siucu.org. Back into the game for Southern is Rollins Oligbe. Rollins, Damian Mayo, Jalen Haynes, Calron House, and Prince Oligbe are the 5 on the floor. Calron House in the backcourt. He'll walk it up right to left as Bradley will sag in their man-to-man defense. Calron will hand off with Jalen Haynes. Now straight away Damian Mayo on the Saluki dog nose, trying to get to his right. Bounce pass to Oligbe at his hip. Rollins trying to hand off with Calron. Calron bobbled it. Calron spinning his way, low right block, can't get it to go. Got his own rebound, pitched off to Prince. Prince in the chance of Jonovic had it blocked, went right into Jonovic's hands. And here comes Jaquan Johnson and Bradley down on the sideline right. 10-point lead for Bradley, and they have the ball and a foul by Jalen Haynes.
Johnson's really good at commanding the ball, holding on the way. He's big, and if you can't see him on television, he's thick. He may not be real tall, but he is so thick and strong that he can just handle the ball. You can pressure him and get in his zone as much as you want.
Johnson on the near sideline. Inbounds to Montana Wheeler. 10-point lead for Bradley. Johnson high left wing, trying to get downhill. Turned away. Oh, man. He just burned Jalen Haynes. Better move there by Jaquan Johnson. He's got 4. And right now, Bradley's got all the energy in a dead silent Banterra. House reversed out to Rollins straight away. Rollins to his right. Tried to find Jalen Haynes on the baseline right. Now handoff with Haynes. Haynes shot fakes on a 3. Haynes still with the basketball. Comes straight away to Prince. Damian Mayo to his right at the nail. Back outside. 3 on the way. Wide left. Prince one hands the rebound. Prince double team. Prince low left block. Drilled out baseline. Lost it on the floor. Saving it off the Calron House. 12:05 on the game clock. Far right corner. Haynes fell down on a foul. And Jaquan Johnson didn't mean to do it. He picks up Jalen Haynes as Johnson will be whistled for the foul. It's his first. It's the 3rd team foul. 12:03 on the clock, and right now Bradley really dominating in every facet of this game. They lead it by 12.
Prince got another offensive rebound. That's a good sign. The one thing that Southern's guards have to do, like Q, for instance, was high on the right wing. He just stood, and when he was double teamed, he's got to come to a spot to get the outlet pass.
Damian Mayo inbounds the Rollins. Rollins underneath the basket, tried to go right, now back left. Lost it twice. We're going to say a foul on Jonovic. That's going to bring us to immediate timeout. 11:58 on the clock. Ahmet Jonovic with his first foul of the game. 18-6 lead for the Bradley Braves. We'll take the timeout with them. Saluki fans this year, you can catch all the basketball road games, get food and drink specials and giveaways at the official homes of the Saluki Watch Party Network. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
The roar of the crowd. Buzzer beaters. There's nothing more thrilling than Saluki basketball. And just like the Salukis, Vogler Ford is putting prices in a full-court press. Take advantage of slam dunk savings on a new Bronco. Or make a fast break in a new Explorer for less than you'd expect. We're keeping high prices in foul trouble all season long. So when you want to get a new Ford, you've got to get to Vogler.
Hi, Ameren, Illinois home energy expert Matt Minster here to share how easy saving energy around the house can be. Matching the right size pot to the right size burner can save you up to $36 a year. You can save up to $55 a year by turning off the TV when you leave the house. And switch to LED light bulbs to save up to $75 per year. Discover more tips and rebates at AmerenIllinoisSavings.com/ways to save. Some restrictions may apply.
Life is full of moments, both big and small, each a chapter in your own unique story. Through the everyday and extraordinary, First Mint is here to help shape every page. Beyond banking services alone, we're a valued partner and advisor with the guidance and resources for living your best life. So, whether you're buying groceries, budgeting your dream kitchen, planning for retirement, or protecting your life's work, think First. First Mint. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
18-6 lead for the Bradley Braves here in the first half with 11:58 on the clock. From jerseys to hats and more, fan favorites, find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Also, Nikki Rischel of SI Realty is the official realtor of Saluki Athletics. Visit Nikki today in Carbondale or contact her at 618-713-5353 to find your forever home. Alongside the Hall of Famer, Rodney Watson, Paxton Guy back at our network studios. I am Luke Martin. Bradley on a 6-0 run, but they've really taken control of this game. 18-6 lead right now for Bradley. They've only made 2 threes at this point, but 8 of 13 from the floor. Just things coming way too easy for Bradley's offense.
Yeah, they've scored 15 points to Southern's 2, and Southern's got to get some flow going offensively. They don't have them figured out, Bradley, by any stretch. They're trying to go from wing down the middle. That's not there right now, but Southern's bench has got to be more productive when they come in the game. Bradley went on a 9-0 run themselves on Southern's bench.
Rollins Alik Bay at the free throw line, and his first is on its way and rims it in. Rollins in Valley play this year. 27 of 39 now. This will be his 40th attempt at the line, and he makes it. 18-8. Southern trails by 10, 11:58 to go. Let's see if the Salukis have another 22-0 run in them. They had that on Thursday. It was a remarkable run. Actually ended up being a 30-2 run in totality. Vanderknapp on the near wing with 20 on the shot clock. Finds Wheeler straight away. Now it's Jonovic in the high post with 16. Dribble handoff with Jaquan Johnson. Johnson to his right. Pulls up. Right of the hashes. Back of the lid. Rebound Steffi. Steffi, middle of the floor. Quickly down. Finds Damian Mayo sideline left. Back to Rollins on the top of the key. Rollins to Kelron. Kelron low right baseline all the way to the rim and pushes it up towards the rim and in.
That's a tough shot by Q going over the 7-footer inside.
18-10 lead for Bradley. Now Southern being able to score the last 4. Montana Wheeler, high left wing, back out near arc Vanderknapp, near corner Thomas. Pitched it right back to Vanderknapp at his hip. Thomas around the circle to Wheeler. Low left block Jonovic. Jonovic with Rollins on his back. Jonovic dribbling his way, trying to go up. Pushed it up and in. Jonovic now, he's got 4 points, averages 7 a game, and it's 20-10. Near corner, 3 for Mayo, too strong. Jonovic gets the rebound, hands off Wheeler. Wheeler, middle of the floor. Wheeler to his left. High left wing, back out to Jonovic. Jonovic one hands at the Wheeler. Wheeler baseline left. Mid-range shot was blocked. Saved by Rollins on the baseline. It's Steffi. Steffi, midcourt line with 27 on that shot clock. And now Steffi reverse back on the near wing. Steffi downhill, low left block. Nice seal from Prince. Missed shot. Prince gets the rebound to his brother Rollins. Spinning on the low right block. Back out to Steffi. Now it's Calron on the high right arc with 13 on the shot clock. House to his left. The Prince with 10. Now Mayo at 9. Mayo, middle lane, in the chest of Jonovic, trying to get the foul. They don't get it. Rollins ripped it away from Thomas. Oh, they're going to say a jump ball with Thomas on the back of Rollins. How on earth is that a jump ball? Rollins was mugged from his back. I don't even think Thomas had the ball. It's going to stay with Southern, but a 20-10 lead for Bradley. Inbounding Mayo, far right corner Prince. Prince pass deflected into Mayo's hands. Rollins reverse lay-in, he was fouled. He'll go to the line. It'll be the 15th foul on Bradley. I would have loved to take a look at that I just don't know how he called jump ball. Rollins to the line.
Almost like he got a little bit ahead of the play on the whistle side. Southern's fortunate to get the ball back with the jump ball, and now get to the free throw line where they've got to make hay.
Rollins, he just made 2 free throws, make it 3 in a row for Rollins. 20-11. Brian Wardle brings A.J. Smith out of the game as he talks to him on the sideline left. Rollins trying to get 4 in a row here at the line. He does. Ripples the rope. 20-12 lead, 8-point lead for Bradley as they'll have the basketball as Javon Maiman, who's got the scout, yells out to the Saluki defense as Johnson walks it down left to right. 25 on that shot clock. Calron House picks him up on that Saluki dog at midcourt. Bounce pass to Hubricks on that far left sideline. Hubricks bounce past Jonovic at the nail. Jonovic in the high post finds Johnson. He's double teamed on the near block. Jonovic right in the paint. Spinning. Mayo stripped it back to Jonovic. Pass deflected, but a foul on Prince of League Bay. Man, Southern not getting a good whistle right now here in the first part of this game. Oh, Drew Steffi, excuse me. It does not go on Prince. They'll give it to Steffi. Sideline left. Bradley will inbound with an 8-point lead. Johnson gets the inbound. 9:45 and ticking on the clock. Hubricks beats Steffi to the baseline. Hubricks backs his way. Back out straight away. Jaquan Johnson. Johnson left of the bin with 10. Low left block with 9. Mid-air pass. Catching and shooting Thomas. 3 long. Mayo's got the long rebound at that elbow. Mayo, middle of the floor for SIU. They trail by 8, 20-12. Mayo, the low left block, he was fouled on a bump, and man, now we're getting the whistle fast. It's going to be the 6th foul on Bradley. It's going to go against Dietrich Richardson, his first foul. He did not play against Southern in the first meeting. Baseline left, inbounding is Southern. Prince off to Calron, far right corner 3. Steffi long, and the rebound goes right to the chest of Thomas, and then off to Johnson. Johnson left to right comes down for Bradley. They lead it by 8. Johnson left elbow. Man, mid-range shot, air ball. Prince of League Bay gets the basketball. Prince of League Bay, middle of the floor for SIU. They trail by 8. Prince, far right corner. Dribble handoff with Steffi. Steffi to his left, middle of the lane. Threw the pass away from Rollins, out of bounds. Turnover on SIU.
Yeah, man, Southern had a really good offense possession, even though he missed the shot time before. Drew probably in a situation where he wants to pull up instead of making a tight pass in between Bradley's big guys inside, who have really gotten better defensively since we've seen them last on December 21st.
8-point lead for the Braves. Hubricks wide open 3 as Steffi fell down short off the front of the rim. Yu gets the rebound with nobody on him. Johnson to his left. Johnson sideline left. Finds Yu. Far left elbow. Back outside Richardson. Richardson to his right. Richardson on the perimeter. Baseline right, pushed off by Prince underneath the basket. Off to Yu, but it's taken away by House. House middle floor for SIU. They trail 20-12. Lobbed it up to Mayo. Slammed it in for 2. Damian Mayo with his first bucket. 20-14. SIU trying to get the crowd into it now. 6-point lead for Bradley. Salukis have held them on a drought for the last 2 minutes and 35 seconds. 8:15 on the clock. Here in the first half, Steffi again fell down. Hubricks wide open 3, short, near corner, goes out of bounds. It'll be SIU ball.
Southern's defense has really picked up, starting off with Damian Mayo. Even though Southern got a foul by Drew Steffi on the last 2 plays before that, Damian's really picked up his intensity, which his teammates have really fallen in line with. Now Southern's got to continue to have good offensive possessions, keep working on this Bradley defense, get a bucket here.
Rollins has a casual conversation with Randy McCall, the official, who comes down right to left. Calron, middle of the floor, to his right. Hand off Steffi. Steffi yet to use his dribble. Got poked away by Huberts. Steffi straight away to Mayo. SIU with the ball, trailing by 6. Mayo ran into Calron. Mayo still handles the basketball. Back to Q with 14 on the shot clock. Straight away Prince. Near corner, Drew Steffi. Steffi trying to go baseline. Huberts keeps him from the baseline. Now he attacks him, lowers his shoulder in middle of the lane. Runner short, ball off to Huberts and Bradley. Huberts behind the back dribble, poked loose by Southern, but he maintains it. Johnson on the near wing, cross courts at Vandernet. Vandernet dribble hand off to Birch. Birch who's into the game after missing the last few games for Bradley. Huberts on the near arc. Right elbow extended Johnson. Near corner Huberts got Steffi in the air, baseline right. Just a pass far left wings. Birch. Birch runner goes short. Yu gets the rebound, deflected on the floor. Rollins Aligbe comes away. Rollins up ahead to Calron. Calron House at the Saluki dog mouth, down the middle of the lane. Runner from the free throw line can't go, and it's a foul on Rollins over the back of Jaquan Johnson. That'll be Rollins' first foul, and it's going to be the 14th foul on Southern. 6-point lead for Bradley at our under 8-minute media timeout, the 7:05 mark. We'll take the timeout with them. The Orthopedic Institute of Southern Illinois is the official orthopedic provider for Saluki Athletics. To get back in the game, trust the Sports Medicine Center at the Orthopedic Institute of Southern Illinois. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Romwer Chevrolet in Heron makes it easy to shop online anytime. Shop our entire selection of new and pre-owned vehicles from anywhere. And with new inventory arriving daily and special Romwer pricing, our team will always have a deal waiting for you. It's so simple to find your price, get pre-approved, and drive home today. So check us out online at RomwerChevy.com, and we'll send you home happy. And go Dogs!
No one should have to pay for the damages that result from a personal injury caused by someone else. The partners of Sam C. Mitchell Law, Lance Brown, and Matthew Caraway fight for Southern Illinoisans because they are Southern Illinoisans. For decades, the firm has proven to be a trusted, experienced, and dedicated partner in helping bring justice and personal service to the victims of negligence and intentional wrongdoing. Let the attorneys of Sam C. Mitchell fight for you. For more information, visit scmitchell.com.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie classification. We are a Research One university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
100 means a lot of different things to different people. At Vogler Ford, it means 100 years of service, helping Southern Illinois drivers get the best deal on their next new Ford. For a great selection and fast and friendly service, you've got to get to Vogler. 2014 lead for the Bradley Braves. Bradley is led for the entirety of this game, but Southern at least starting to get back to what they do well, Coach Watson, which is attacking the paint. That's been a key, and that was a major key for you in this game. Salukis with only 14 points, but at least, one, they've been attacking the rim offensively a little bit better, but also they've, quite honestly, their defense has stepped up in a major way.
No question. Southern, their starting group today has been markedly better than the next group in. Southern, as your point was, now it's 12-8, Bradley's favor in the lane, but Southern's done a much better job of making Bradley uncomfortable and hurrying some shots.
It will be Bradley basketball coming out of the timeout as that foul went on Ron's a league day. 14 fouls on Southern. Nobody in this game for either team, by the way, has 2 fouls other than A.J. Smith for the Braves. Coming down is Jaquan Johnson and Bradley. They've won 7 in a row in this series, trying to make it 8 in a row here today. Johnson splits the double team. Birch is open near corner. The lefty drives on Mayo. Middle of the lane. Dished off to Vandernet. Vandernet comes from the baseline. Hands off on the near wing to Huberts. They go back to the left. I think Hubert's got a new jersey, by the way. He's wearing 32. Birch to the nail. Low right hashes. Back out to Huberts, and it's a shot clock violation. Must have had some sort of blood or something go on his jersey for it to flip him. Unless I've been blind and he's been wearing it the whole game.
No, they've changed jerseys. Southern did a really good job of being in early position defense throughout that whole play. Southern did a really good job on the trap and then the rotation. What Mayo did, I can't describe it in enough time. It was textbook, though. Trust me.
You always say you don't have enough time. 6:30 to go in the opening half. Jalen Haynes downhill, spinning. Low right block into the chest of Wheeler. Up strong off the rim. Rollins went up trying to tip it in, but it's going to be a no basket offensive goaltend. And coming down left to right now will be Bradley.
You know you're pretty athletic when you got to put your hand on the rim so you don't hit your head on the rim. That was a great athletic play by Rollins. Didn't mean to do that. He was just in a spot where his head was too close to the rim.
20-14. Bradley with the ball in the lead. Bradley, they have now gone a scoring drought for almost 5 minutes. Huberts, high left bend. Straight away Wheeler. Wheeler to his left. Left elbow, bounce pass Jonovic. Jonovic for Bradley on the low left block. Spinning in the Rollins. Rollins knocked it loose, got it back. Jonovic into his chest, and a foul on Rollins Aligbe. That's his second. And Randy McCall is the one who made the call. Now, he talks real quickly with Jeff Campbell, and it'll be a 1-1 now. As Jonovic to the line where he's not a great free throw shooter, or say yet, but he was 72% last year. He's now 81% this year. No, not 1-1. It's a 16 foul. Randy McCall talking to Brian Wardle, saying it was my call. He wasn't shooting. Wheeler inbounds Jonovic in the high post with two hands. A couple dribbles to his near right to Huberts. Huberts downhill, left of the hashes. Reversed out Vanderknapp. Post entry feed Jonovic. Catches at his head. Spinning. Right-handed hook shot. Way too strong. Steffi battling for the board. It ping-pongs off a couple Salukis, and it goes off of Sykes. And it will stay with Bradley. 8 on the shot clock. Rollins has 2 fouls, and he's staying in the game. Will Beasley came over to remind Coach Nagy of that. Jaheim Weber is going to come in for Rollins. Make sure you do not want him to pick up 3 fouls. And Rollins will come to the bench. 5:49 on the clock as Weber in. Baseline left will be Montana Wheeler. Inbounding for Bradley. Finds Huberts. Thought about the 3 far left corner. Off to Thomas. Straight away to Vanderknapp. Vanderknapp down low, left block, reverse lay-in, blocked by Sykes, shot clock violation. It will go to SIU.
Man, Davion Sykes can guard that ball, and for him to have the ability to ride his guy. People say, well, he gave it the baseline. No, he rode him underneath the rim and then had the presence to block the shot. Great defensive play by Davion.
SIU hasn't shot it well either. They're 1 for their last 8. 20-14 lead for Bradley. SIU with the ball. Haynes right elbow. Near the Valley Texan Maroon. Back out to Steffi. Steffi on the Saluki dog mouth. To his left, hands off Mayo. Far right, one-handed pass Haynes. Haynes baseline right. Looking for Weber in the paint. Haynes reverse to Sykes on the right arc. Steffi left wing with 2. With 1. Middle lane as the shot went off the side of the backboard. Shot clock violation. Man, Southern all out of sorts offensively here in the first half. They only trail it by 6 because of their defense.
Bradley's really physical on the ball. They're doing a great job. One thing I don't like is the way they're holding Q when he doesn't have the ball into his cuts. They've got to get that cleaned up.
5 minutes to go till halftime. Wheeler to his left, around a Jonovic screen. Tries a re-screen on Jonovic. Wheeler on the perimeter to his left. Mid-range shot off the rim. Rebound hit Weber and SIU. Right to left comes SIU. They trail by 6. Haynes bumped by Wheeler, reverse to Weber in the high post. Weber, one hard dribble to Steffi. Steffi baseline right on Jonovic, dribbled underneath the rim, reverse back in front of the paint with Jonovic guarding. Sykes on a basket cut, lays it in, and he's fouled. Davion Sykes with an and-one opportunity makes it 20-16. He can make it a one-possession game with a made free throw. 4:35 on the clock as Cal Runhouse back into the game for Damian Mayo.
Man, Sykes can turn a game around when he gets into good spaces on both offense and defense. He's so important to this Saluki team that he's a big part of this game.
Corey Thomas picks up the foul. It's his first. It's the 17th foul on Bradley. So Southern in the bonus the rest of the way. Sykes to complete the three-point play. He does. Buries that free throw. He's got 3 points. 20-17. Bradley led this thing by as many as 12, 18-6. That was at the 12-minute mark. They've been held to 2 points in the last 8 minutes. Jonovic just inside the right bend of the arc. Jonovic dribbling hip high for that 7-footer. Hands off Wheeler at his shoulders. Wheeler at the nail, far left corner. 3 for Vanderknapp, air ball. Weber trying to block out Jonovic. Jonovic threw it off of Weber and then can't hold on to the ball as Coach Nagy tells him to grab it in the corner as he didn't grab the ball.
That is exactly the issue, and Weber, kind of an inexperienced thing to some degree. But all that said, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Now Southern's got to make sure they play great defense without fouling. Do not bail Bradley out on this possession.
Wheeler near wing Johnson, straightaway three on its way, swooshed in. Jaquan Johnson, he's got 7 points. As Bradley now with 2 threes at the end of shot clock here in this first half. 23-17 lead. House midair pass, threw it behind Sykes. Tracked it down below the Saluki dog at midcourt. Steffi on the near wing, angles his way inside the right arc. Far right corner, House. House still on the perimeter with 14. Steffi far corner with 12. Steffi out of the corner with 10. Bounce past Sykes, basket cut, fouled again, bucket again! Davion Sykes trying for his second consecutive old-fashioned three-point play. Makes it 23-19 with 3:40 on the clock. It brings us to immediate timeout. Farm Credit Illinois, supporting rural communities and farm families with reliable, consistent credit, crop insurance expertise, and rural first lending for country living. Farm Credit Illinois, helping farm families succeed. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
If your old car is so ugly, dogs won't tinkle on the tires. If you have to dance naked in the moonlight and light a candle to make it start. If it just isn't the car you want it to be, Vic Koenig Chevrolet will give you a big bucket full of cash for it. No dancing necessary. Vic Koenig Chevrolet will buy your car, truck, or SUV, whether you buy one of ours or not. We'll pay you more than you ever thought you could get. And we'll put you behind the wheel of a newer, nicer ride that actually starts every single time. Vic Koenig has a huge selection of reliable pre-owned vehicles in stock now, and dozens of new Chevrolets on their way to Carbondale as we speak. But I promise you, they'll be sold before they ever hit the state line. Hurry in to Vic Koenig Chevrolet and call dibs. Vic Koenig Chevrolet in Carbondale, home of the world-famous SIU Salukis. VicKoenig.com on approved credit.
Samron Midwest Contracting is the region's first choice for construction services. Since 2003, Samron has completed thousands of projects for various customers across the tri-state area. Whether it's a commercial project, an asphalt parking lot or driveway, or commercial or industrial concrete, Samron has you covered and offers flexible financing options. For more information, visit Samron.com. Samron Midwest Contracting, proud supporter of Saluki Athletics.
Twice about it.
When you're out of town and want to keep up with live college sports, be sure to download the new Varsity Network app, available for both Apple and Android. Listen to college sports live with the Varsity Network app. 23-19 lead right now for the Bradley Braves, as Randy McCall was checking to make sure that Jaquan Johnson jumper towards the end of the shot clock was exactly a 3, and it was. Coach Watson thought it was a 2. He didn't correct yours truly on the air, and I'm glad he didn't, because yours truly was correct.
We all thought it was a 2, except for the guy shooting it, the guy making the right call. So Southern's done a really good job after getting down 10 to make sure, getting down 12 actually, to come back and really hunt that lane hard. Sykes has been a huge part of that. Drew Steffi's been the ball's been in Drew's hands a lot. He's making passes in tight spaces against an active Bradley hands, but the last 2 have found Sykes, and hopefully Sykes can finish off the three-point play and Southern get another stop.
Bradley had, in the first 7 minutes of the game, they had 18 points, so only 5 points in virtually the last 10 minutes. Sykes free throw line, trying to get his second consecutive three-point play at the line, and he does. Sykes with 6 points here in the opening half. And he leads all scorers right now for SIU. They show full court pressure. They trap Johnson, overheads it, pass deflected, stolen. SIU's got it, trailing 23-20. Sykes open in front of the rim, run hard dribble, and a two-handed stop. Davion Sykes, the senior, playing like a senior. They trap Wheeler again. They come in the backcourt to Smith. Cross courts at Vaderknapp. In the backcourt with 23, past the timing stripe at 22. Wheeler slows it down. Bradley once led by 12. It's down to 1. Wheeler, left arc, left elbow, back to you. Wide open 3, rimmed off. Calron House gets the miss. Calron House, right to left for Southern. High right arc, Steffi. Southern trails by 1. They've never led in the game. Sykes, who's been red hot, goes right back outside on that far right sideline. And Steffi straight away with 18. Steffi hands off Haynes with 16. Haynes to the right elbow, picks up his dribble. Far right corner, Sykes with 10. Back to House with 9 on the shot clock. House breaking down his man, spinning, high post at the nail, rises, fires! Southern's got the lead. Calderon House drilled it, 24-23, and just like that, the Dogs back in front for the first time today. 2:35 till halftime. Wheeler, sideline left, guarded by Steffi, behind the back pass to you. On the perimeter, Smith. Smith near corner, now in the short corner with Haynes guarding. He angles his way back out. Wheeler straight away with 10, now Johnson with 8. Back to Wheeler with 7. Wheeler, far corner with 6, with 5. Wheeler with 4. Lost his dribble at the elbow. Rises from the elbow. Long rebound on the baseline off of A.J. Smith to Southern Illinois. Coach Wardle tells A.J. Smith, I'm not going to challenge that one with 2:07 left. It will be Saluki ball, leading by 1.
Jaheim Weber has been a big part of this run, playing the middle for Rollins Oligbe, doing a great job defensively.
Right-handed hip-high dribble. Calderon House comes down right to left. It's a 1-point lead for Southern after trailing by as many as 12. Straight away, Sykes around a Weber screen. Sykes bounce pass on the baseline. House with a teardrop in. He's got 8 now. Southern leads by 3. Southern on a 9-0 run. It's 16-3 over the last 8 minutes. Smith on the near wing. Vandernap to his left. Switched off to Haynes. Vandernap from the free throw line. Fade away. Ripples the rope. Vandernap, he's got 4. Makes it 26-25. 90 seconds left in the half. House, mid-range shot of the low left block extended. And Calderon House knocks it through. He's got 10. 28-25, 1:20 to go till halftime. Southern's already used their use it or lose it timeout. Bradley has not. Hubricks, high left wing. Hubricks straight away to Johnson on that Saluki dog main. To his left, back to Hubricks. 3 on the way, in. Hubricks ties the game. He had an open look. It's his first made 3 of the game as Hubricks coming off 6 made 3s against Belmont earlier in the week. Bradley goes zone under a minute to go. Tie game at 28. It's a 2-3 zone. Johnson and Hubricks at the top of the zone. Sykes in the middle, at the nail, angles to the right, far right corner Haynes, shot fakes, sidesteps for a 3, long, rebound, loose, off to you and Bradley. About a 11-second differential, game clock, shot clock. Bradley tries to go quick. Hubricks in the high post, low left block. Hubricks reverse, pocket pass you, middle of the lane, hook shot, short. Weber gets the rebound. Now they'll slow it down. They'll take the last shot. Calderon House will walk it down. He's got to get it past here so he doesn't get the 10-second call, and he does. 20 seconds left. Q with a knee-high dribble. Southern trail by as many as 12. Tie game at 28. Shot clock turned off. Game clock down to 13. Calderon House with 10. High right arc with 9. Back to Calderon with 8 from Steffi. Calderon knocked loose. Johnson in the backcourt. He's got it. Johnson on his back calls a timeout with 3 seconds left. Jaquan Johnson just picked his battle and won it. And it's going to be Bradley basketball taking over in the half court with 3.2 left.
Big thing here, Southern does not want to foul. Make it hard to get a catch in bounds without overrunning the play. Make sure they keep everybody in front with 3 seconds. Get a good defensive stance. Go into this locker room tied up with some momentum from the defensive stop. Made basket doesn't kill you, but you don't want to give them an extra point or 2 off the free throw line.
Salukis have not been strong at the end of half-court situations here, Coach Watson. Bradley, when they've had about 3 seconds or less on the shot clock, I believe tonight they've had it twice. They've gotten 2 threes.
Yeah, Southern just put in Max Picard. I'm not sure who he's coming in for. Damian Mayo's in as well. Again, keep the ball in front of you, challenge the shot without fouling, go in the locker room feeling good about yourself. Coming back from a 12-point lead, make this a 20-minute game.
Picard, Sykes, Mayo, House, and Steffi, the 5 on the floor with SIU. A.J. Smith will be the trigger man right in front of our broadcast spot. Jaquan Johnson got the steal. Picard will be guarding Jonovic with 3.2 left. Smith is to stay in one spot. Smith will get the basketball. Smith looking to inbound. Smith looking for Hubricks near corner. Straight away Johnson with 2, with 1. Johnson, mid-range shot off to the right. Smith dunked it through, but well after the clock expired. Tie game at 28 as we head to halftime. The Built Ford Tough, powered by Mediacom halftime is next. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
I'm Damian Mayo Jr., and I'm proud to represent Southern Illinois when playing for Saluki men's basketball. It's important to me to give back to this region. That's important to Banter and Bank also. and it's one of the reasons that I'm proud to be a customer. They support their communities, and with their mobile app, I can bank on my time. Plus, they offer a Saluki Visa debit card that supports SIU scholarships and athletics. That was an easy win for me. Ventura Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics, member FDIC.
The Orthopedic Institute of Southern Illinois has the most highly trained team of orthopedic, spine, and podiatric surgeons, including interventional pain management. From sports medicine to neurosurgery, podiatry, and interventional pain, we are committed to providing the very best in diagnoses, treatments, physical and occupational therapy, and rehabilitation to local athletes. Visit oisil.com or call 618-997-6800. OISI is the official orthopedic provider of Saluki Athletics.
A Saluki tradition since 1896, the SIU Alumni Association is the heartbeat of Saluki Nation. Our legacy is strong. Through events, programs, networking, and scholarships, the association keeps alumni connected and supports our current students. Stay connected and show your pride. Update your contact info at siualumni.com. Follow us on our socials. Join us in events and shop SIU first with the Saluki Market. Once a Saluki, always a Saluki.
Southern Illinois has a new place to party it up or wind down. Introducing Southpaw Bar and Grill in Murfreesboro. With 22,000 square feet and a full kitchen, they have everything you need to make the most of your lunch, dinner, or night out. Burgers, wings, and barbecue are their speciality. It's the all-new Southpaw Bar and Grill. Check them out on Facebook or find them at the corner of Route 127 and the Ava Blacktop. Now open Sunday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. to midnight and 10:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Southpaw Bar and Grill, the official Saluki watch party destination of Murfreesboro.
On the Saluki Sports Network from Learfield, this is the Built Ford Tough Halftime Show, powered by Mediacom. Brought to you by Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds. Also brought to you by your Illinois Ford dealers and the F-150, proud sponsors of your Southern Illinois Salukis.
Well, it wasn't the most beautiful start for Southern Illinois in this game, yet the Salukis trailed 18-6 with 12:51 to go in the half. They held Bradley to just 10 points the remainder of the half in the final 12:51 to pull within a tie game at 28. SIU did have the basketball with the shot clock turned off and a chance to take the last shot, but Jaquan Johnson, who leads the Valley in steals, got another one here tonight and was able to set up Bradley for a last-second shot. They were unable to get it to go down as Johnson, with Max Picar on him, could not draw the foul towards the end of half. And that's where we are. Tie game at 28. With the Hall of Famer Ronnie Watson, I am Luke Martin. Bradley early in this game had a major advantage points in the paint, but Southern has flipped it 16-12. Southern +4 on points in the paint, and there are many guys you can look to for Southern in this game. Coach Watson, Kelron House has been big, but man, the impact of Davion Sykes has been felt in so many ways. What's hard for me to believe is that I almost feel like it's a typo saying Sykes doesn't have a rebound, because it feels like he's been just around the basketball at all times. He's got an assist as well, but Q leads the Salukis with 10 points.
Yeah, Davion certainly created some rebounds on the defensive end. The way he's guarding the ball with such length and size, his technique in guarding the ball. I talk a lot about in this broadcast about keeping your feet apart, how important it is to guard the dribble in college basketball. He's been spotless in that area. Sykes has gotten himself in some good places on that baseline where he's so effective in catching a pass a lot of times from his veteran teammates. Today it's been Drew Steffi, it's often Damian Mayo. They know where he can get going. 2 3-point plays the old-fashioned way. His ability to finish off at the free throw line. Southern's been great, 6 for 6. Bradley has not shot a free throw. I know that'll be discussed gently by the coaching staff from Bradley to the officiating crew when they come back out. Southern's done what they need to do to be in this spot. They've won the turnover issue, 4-5, and 4 for Southern, 5 to Bradley with the last one at the end of the half. And they've been better on the offensive boards, 5-4, leading that area as well, leading overall in rebounds. Southern's got to shoot the ball better this second half, but they're getting good shots. So we have not one time felt like, darn, that's not a good shot in time and score.
It may not eye pop on the stat sheet, but how important were the 5 minutes and 47 seconds of Jaheim Weber?
They're eye-popping to me, man. I'll tell you what, the way he's come on, and the guy that really didn't get much burn getting on the playing floor in November, December to be able to come in and arguably the biggest game of the year to point with Bradley, a team we haven't beaten since I was a young man, and for him to come in against a really good Bradley team playing well, to play the way he did and man the middle of the floor on the defensive end, and to be in good spots and use his positioning well. You know, Bradley's not pressuring him when he has the ball above the top of the key, so he's able to reverse the ball, and yet it looks a lot easier than it really is. Jaheim's done a great job manning the post while Rollins is getting a break with 2 fouls.
I'm not trying to pick on you, but you weren't a young man in 2022. So
I wasn't on Medicare, I know that. So that makes you a young man, Luke.
Well, you talk about eye-popping. Who has the best plus-minus in the opening 20 minutes for Southern? Jaheim Weber. +6 when he was on the floor in the 5 minutes. The next best Saluki was Damian Mayo, +3 in his 13 minutes. Jaquan Johnson, 7 points for him, 2 assists, 1 turnover. Both teams, I guess give credit because there's only 9 combined turnovers here in the first half. So neither team really turned it over at a very high clip.
Yeah, it's not like there's been it's a physical game. I like the way the game's got flow to it. It got a very veteran crew on the game today on a Sunday. Randy McCall, a guy that used to do our league all the time. He's a West Coast guy. He lives in Denver. He's on the game. And I could look on his face, Luke, when he called the second foul on Rollins. He knows how good Rollins is. These officials know. The vets really know. And it's like I saw that closed eye look like, oh, I got a call to one of the best players on the floor. But all the same, there was contact. Those guys make the call. Both teams have really done a nice job with such physical play to take care of the ball.
SIU, they are tied here at halftime with the Bradley Braves. Can they finally end this dreaded skid against Bradley? 7 straight losses to Bradley. When we return here on the IBEW Nika. No, we got that all wrong. See, this is why Coach Watson could do this job. He could do it so easily. The Built Ford Tough, powered by MediaCom halftime show rolls along when we come back. Paxton Guy with the scoreboard update and look around the Missouri Valley Conference. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Looking to make your farm and rural life dreams a reality? Contact Farm Credit Illinois, where local staff support farm families, rural communities, and agriculture throughout the Saluki Nation. As a cooperative owned by its borrower members, Farm Credit provides farm financing, crop insurance expertise, and lending for rural homes and country living. Farm Credit Illinois, helping farm families succeed today and tomorrow.
Southern Illinois, during every season, what matters most is having a team you can depend on. A cancer diagnosis means it's time to lean on professionals with the expertise in personalized plays to guide you forward one powerful step at a time. Your home team is here. SIH Cancer Institute, advancing care for our communities. Learn more at sih.net/cancer.
Anyone can slap a logo on a shirt, but your branded apparel isn't just merchandise. It's your reputation walking around town, your team's identity, and your company's handshake before you even say hello. At Silkworm, we understand that when you put your name on something, it better be perfect. Because at the end of the day, we're not just printing shirts, we're protecting what you've built. And that deserves more than an algorithm and a prayer. Silkworm, quality orders, on time, delivered with awesome customer service. The human way.
Samron Midwest Contracting is the region's first choice for construction services. Since 2003, Samron has completed thousands of projects for various customers across the tri-state area. Whether it's a commercial project, an asphalt parking lot or driveway, or commercial or industrial concrete, Samron has you covered and offers flexible financing options. For more information, visit samron.com. Samron Midwest Contracting, proud supporter of Saluki Athletics.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Southern Illinois University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Paxton Guy back on the Built Ford Tough halftime, powered by MediaCom. We are level at the break. SIU 28, Bradley 28. They're at the half in Valparaiso. The Beacons going for home win number 11. They lead Indiana State 49-43. Tip it off at 2 o'clock. Drake try to snap a 5-game skid at Northern Iowa. Also at 2, it's Illinois State at UIC. The Flames going for the season sweep of the Redbirds there. And at 5 o'clock on ESPN2, it's Belmont looking for the season sweep of Murray State. And with that, in all likelihood, all but wrapping up the top seed at Arch Madness. Top 25, just one game, and it wasn't much of a game. Number 8, Illinois, cruising past Indiana, 71-51. Illini now 21-5 and 12-3 in the Big Ten. SIU baseball and Oral Roberts, rubber game of that series. They're tied at 1 apiece in the bottom of the 4th. Kai Watson homering for Southern. Game 2 of our SIU Bradley doubleheader. Larry Larson will call the SIU ladies taking on Bradley. That'll tip at 4 over on News Radio WJPF in Southern Illinois and on the Varsity Network app. He's doing TV for men, so no pregame for the women. We'll join that game right before tip-off on WJPF later on. SIU and Bradley tied at 28. It's the Built Ford Tough halftime powered by Mediacom. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you. Because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. And that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the Svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes every moment cheering on your team even better. Plus, the mountains on the bottles and cans turn blue when your beer is Rocky Mountain cold. So you never have to guess if your Coors Light is ready to drink. So crack one open, take a sip, and enjoy the game. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie classification. We are a Research One university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Salukis unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
This is Steve Huggart, Business Manager of IBEW Local 702. Our members are active in communities throughout the three-state area. From community food drives to helping build youth centers and hundreds of projects that give a hand to our neighbors in need. Our members buy homes, shop locally, and pay taxes, adding to the strength of our local economy. At IBEW Local 702, our job is to improve the lives of our members and families as they work to build a brighter future for our region and our country.
On the Saluki Sports Network from Learfield, this has been the Built Ford Tough Halftime Show, powered by Mediacom. Also brought to you by Banterra Bank. Apply for your Banterra Saluki Visa debit card today. Stop by Banterra to learn more. Member FDIC. And by Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds. Now, with the call of the second half, here is the voice of the Salukis, Luke Martin.
Let's get to the halftime adjustments brought to you by Woodard Wellness Group. Call for your courtesy consultation, 529-4545, and see if Dr. Woodard can get you back to health. 529-4545. Dr. Brian Woodard is a certified chiropractic sports physician.
Southern's got to at least they got to get on the board from the three-point land. But I love the way they're going inside and hammering the ball inside where they're scoring. But Bradley's going to adjust and take that away. They're going to come with more double team, more pressure inside. Southern's going to end up kicking the ball inside out. They've got to step in, be ready, and make a shot. Southern's probably going to have to use a ball screen, guard-on-guard screen, to get Q into spots. Q was in a beautiful place midway through the second half, all the way to halftime when he got in scoring spots. And finally, Southern's got to know their personnel. They got to know what's really clicking today. Like who's coming in. The bench was not good in the first rotation. Second one was very good. Big part of that was Jaheim Weber.
And Davion Sykes.
Davion Sykes is a constant, isn't he? Yeah.
Tie game at 28 as we start the second half. Southern will have their original starting five into the game. Ron Zaligbe's yet to make a field goal. All 4 of his points have come at the free throw line. He got in a bit of foul trouble there halfway through the first half. He'll start. He is the only Saluki with 2 fouls in the game. Corey Thomas and A.J. Smith each have 2 for Bradley. Again, first of 2 games here today inside Banterra. Saluki women will tip shortly after this one concludes. Double dip for the Wardle family today as well as Maya Wardle plays for Bradley's women's team. It will be Bradley basketball to start the second half. As Saluki fans come to their feet, tie game at 28. As it will be Corey Thomas who will inbound the ball to Jaquan Johnson. As Johnson will go right to left for Bradley here for the remainder of the game. Johnson bounce pass Van Hubricks. High on that near wing. Jonovic straight away. Jonovic one hands it far corner. Johnson. Johnson beats Calron House. Middle of the lane. Runner left it short. Rebound off of Prince's hands. Mayo battling for it. Loose on the sideline. Mayo pitch it up ahead to Steffi. Here comes SIU quickly down. Calron left elbow. Spinning on Jonovic. Baseline left. Whips a pass Prince. Middle of the paint. Prince at the Valley Tex. And now angles his way far left corner. Pitch back to House. House in front of Jonovic, and he stepped out of bounds. Turnover on SIU. Tie game at 28, 19:25 on the clock.
Southern's got to stack up some good defensive stops in this first half, starting with the second one.
Well, they want defense to be their identity, and defense is going to have to get them over the finish line here in this game. Jaquan Johnson, one hands at Hubricks, beat Steffi, low left block, spun around, back out to Thomas. Straight away Johnson, past Calron House. In the lane, Rollins knocked it loose. Johnson got it back. Pass deflected. Mayo has the basketball. Left to right for SIU. Mayo from the low right block. Back out Rollins. Now it's Calron straight away to a jump stop. Far left corner. Steffi shot fakes. Got Smith in the air. Calron wide open. 3 on the way. Left wing. Short. Rebound Thomas. SIU yet to make a 3 in this game. They were 0-7 in the opening half. Tie game at 28. Far right corner. Hubricks beats Steffi. Reverse lay it in. Hubricks 5 points in the game. It's his first made field goal in the second half. 30-28 lead for Bradley.
Bradley really sees something in Southern's defense. They're hunting that baseline drive all day.
Calron House straight away around a Prince League base screen. Snakes to the Valley Tex. Rises, fires, and in. Calron House 12 points. 10 of them in the opening half. Tie game at 30 as Jaquan Johnson gives up the offensive call here to the Braves. Bradley coming off a win against first place Belmont. Hubricks, long 3, wide left, and a foul on Prince. He was holding the arm of Corey Thomas on the board. That'll be Prince's first foul. First team foul on Southern. Inbounding Montana Wheeler. Johnson comes out. 18-14 on the clock. Tie game at 30. Hubricks around a screen. Near corner with Steffi closing out. Straight away Thomas to his right. Montana Wheeler. Guarded by the senior Damian Mayo. Wheeler, 2-handed just pass to Smith. Open 3 on the way. Pops off. Drew Steffi gets the rebound. Steffi down left to right. SIU tie game at 30. Calron finds Rollins. Transition 3 on the way. Wide left. Prince ball on the floor. Can't rip it away. And A.J. Smith wins the battle. Right to left comes Bradley. Tie game at 30. Montana Wheeler to his right. Low right block. Stops. Finds Smith. Cutting baseline. Middle of the floor, Jonovic. Jonovic at the Valley Tech. Spins on the smaller Mayo. Back out Wheeler. Wheeler downhill into the lane. Low left block. Tier runner goes.
Tough little guard. Montana Wheeler went hard left-hand score.
Here's SIU trailing 32-30 with the basketball. Rollins Aligbe. Hands off to Mayo. Stolen away by Wheeler. Wheeler down right to left. Goes all the way to the rim. Blocked by Mayo. Hubricks lost it out of bounds, and it's off of Rollins' hands. Coach Nagy is telling Damian Mayo to challenge. But again, it's a 32-30 game. Scott Nagy's going to say, let's challenge it. So 17-18 on the clock. So Southern's going to use their challenge. And they're going to take it to a media timeout. 32-30 lead. Bradley will tell you what happens when we come back. Bradley with the lead. We'll see whose ball it will be when we come back. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Want to lose 20 to 30 pounds in just 6 weeks while eating real food? Don't want to deal with messy shakes, bars that taste like cardboard, or disgusting prepackaged food? The Chirothin Weight Loss Management Program could be just what you're looking for at the Woodard Wellness Group. Here's what Chirothin isn't. Chirothin is not a fad diet and exercise program or involve drugs or surgery. Chirothin is doctor supervised and one of the fastest ways to lose 20 or more pounds. To find out if you're a candidate for Chirothin, call the Woodard Wellness Group at 618-529-2800 today to schedule your no-charge, no-obligation consultation.
Life is full of moments, both big and small, each a chapter in your own unique story. Through the everyday and extraordinary, First Mid is here to help shape every page. Beyond banking services alone, we're a valued partner and advisor with the guidance and resources for living your best life. So, whether you're buying groceries, budgeting your dream kitchen, planning for retirement, or protecting your life's work, think First. First Mid. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Romwer Chevrolet in Heron makes it easy to shop online anytime. Shop our entire selection of new and pre-owned vehicles from anywhere. And with new inventory arriving daily and special Romwer pricing, our team will always have a deal waiting for you. It's so simple to find your price, get pre-approved, and drive home today. So check us out online at RomwerChevy.com and we'll send you home happy. And go Dogs!
First timeout in the second half again is our Ameren, Illinois Energy Savings timeout. Southern's going to win the challenge. It will be Saluki basketball. And this is where in your communication with your players, Coach Watson, is so vital. And why I'm bringing that up is it was Damian Mayo who was emphatic to Scott Nagy to immediately tell him, hey, challenge that play. Not to say that Coach Nagy doesn't trust any one of his other players, but he knows if number 10 is coming to him and saying, you need to challenge this, coach, he is going to trust his senior leader.
He certainly, you certainly have to consider it, that's for sure. But, you know, at the NBA level, they've been doing this for years, and you see it all the time in games. You have longtime pros telling, you know, their coaches to challenge, and they have quicker intel because their video stuff at that level and they have in their building is so much more at their fingertips. And what they call behind the bench, those coaches who make that determination to give the coach intel is one thing. But you see it at that level. You'll see high-level, multi-million-dollar guys asking for a challenge, and the coach says, nope, we're going to the next play.
17-15 on the winding clock as SIU comes down left to right after winning the challenge. Bradley in his own. Prince of Bay looking for Heem. He's wide open, can't get it to him. Prince dribbling his way. Bounce past Mayo, wide open shot blocked by Thomas. And here comes Bradley down sideline right. Montana Wheeler puts on the brakes at the midcourt logo. Thomas overheads at far right arc. A.J. Smith. Smith snakes to the nail. Back out Wheeler. Three went off to the right. Rebound Mayo. Mayo sideline left for SIU. They trail by 2. Mayo looking near corner. Comes back to his left to Steffi. Steffi high left wing. Downhill. Low left block. In front of the rim. Reversed out Mayo. Mayo in front of Smith. To the nail, left elbow, bounce pass from the low block to Steffi. Weber in the high post with 13. Weber looking for the handoff for House. Now trying to go baseline Mayo. Weber looking back to his near right House with 8. Now 7. Near wing with 5. Low right block with 4. Fading away baseline off the rim. Ball deflected, out of bounds, off of Southern. And it's going to be Bradley basketball coming the length of the floor.
I'll tell you, Bradley defense has really gotten better in the last 56 days. They are especially doing a good job, as we knew they'd do in the second half, of getting more pressure on the lane. But they were right when on the kick out to Mayo. Smith was right there on the ball.
Montana Wheeler comes down right to left. Bradley leads by 2. They've led for the majority of this game for over 18 minutes. Wheeler on the near wing. Prince of Bay in front of him. Near corner, Smith. Smith looking for Caillou on the post entry feed. Goes to his far right corner. Vandernap out of the corner. Hands off Hubricks. Closed out hard by House. Wheeler on the near wing, guarded by Alik Bay. Back outside, it's Wheeler with Mayo in front of him. Wheeler to his left. Runner on the baseline, rimmed off. You can't get the rebound. House gains control. Here's SIU with the ball trailing by 2. House, left elbow extended, slows it down. Back out to Weber, can't find Prince. Bradley back in a man-to-man defense. Ball deflected out of bounds. It will stay with Southern. That brings us to our under 16-minute media here in the second half. 32-30 lead for the Bradley Braves. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Hi, Ameren, Illinois home energy expert Matt Minster here to share how easy saving energy around the house can be. Matching the right size pot to the right size burner can save you up to $36 a year. You can save up to $55 a year by turning off the TV when you leave the house. And switch to LED light bulbs to save up to $75 per year. Discover more tips and rebates at AmerenIllinoisSavings.com/ways to save. Some restrictions may apply.
Life is full of moments, both big and small, each a chapter in your own unique story. Through the everyday and extraordinary, First Mid is here to help shape every page. Beyond banking services alone, we're a valued partner and advisor with the guidance and resources for living your best life. So, whether you're buying groceries, budgeting your dream kitchen, planning for retirement, or protecting your life's work, think First. First Mid. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Dive into the authentic flavors of Mexico at Tequila's Mexican Restaurant. From sizzling fajitas to mouth-watering enchiladas and the freshest guacamole in town, Tequila's brings you an unforgettable dining experience. And don't forget our signature margaritas, crafted to perfection. Located right in the heart of Southern Illinois, make sure to visit Tequila's at their locations in Carbondale, Marion, DuQuoin, and Carterville and enjoy the authentic taste of Mexico.
SIU, they trail 32-30 here at an under 16-minute media timeout with 15:39 to go in this one. It was a tie game at 28 at halftime. Bradley with the early lead here in the second half, 4-2. Bradley, it's been a balanced scoring attack for them. Their highest or their lead scorer was Jaquan Johnson. He's got 7 points tonight for Bradley. Southern being led by Calron House. He is the lone man in this game in double figures with 12. And coming out of this timeout, SIU trails by 2. It'll be Bradley with Thomas, Johnson, Vandernap, Yu, and Smith.
Bradley playing their 2-point guards together, 2 stocky, strong guards, but man, they're not very tall in stature.
Steffi will be the inbounder for Southern. It's SIU ball coming out of this timeout. Ron Zaligbe back in. He's yet to make a field goal in the game. He's got all 4 points at the free throw line back in the first half. Steffi looking near corner, lobbed it into Rollins on the near wing. Rollins with a hip-high dribble, hands off House. House to his left. House falling down, saved it with his hand. Back outside near the midcourt logo to Steffi. Haynes on that high left corner, and he was fouled. As Haynes was fouled, I believe, by Jaquan Johnson. That'll be his second.
Nice by Haynes to be able to be able to handle the basketball and not give it away, because man, he is getting really bullied by the bully.
Baseline left, Drew Steffi looking to get it in, lobs it in. Rollins catches over Vandernap. Now straight away. Rollins, dribble handoff denied by Johnson on Haynes. Now it's House spinning, right-handed block, can't go as Calron's runner on that right-handed block just went a little bit too strong, but it's going to be 2 shots coming for SIU. It'll be the second team foul on Bradley. That goes on Caillou. As Caillou with his first foul. Calron to the line. House, he's attempted 42 free throws in Valley play. He's made 30 of them entering the night. Q's first on its way, rims it in. 3 points now for Q. He's got all points here for Southern in the second 20 minutes. Makes it 32-31, 15-18 on the clock. Second one on its way quickly, and it's down. Tie game at 32, 15-18 left in the game as Montana Wheeler comes down right to left as Scott Nagy on his bare feet coaching this game for Samaritan's feet as he watches hands on knees. Wheeler, mid-air pass to Hughes straight away. One hands at the Johnson to his right. Johnson, pocket pass Hughes. Overheads the Vandernap, long 3, rimmed off. Rollins, the league bag, gets the board. Rollins to his left to Calron House. House down left to right for Southern. House to a stop, spinning, finds Prince open, low right, block, just left it short, but it'll go to the line. They don't have free throws coming. Another foul on Bradley. It's the third team foul. That'll be on Caillou. It's his second. So the Salukis back to the line where they're 8 for 8 in the game.
Undoubtedly, we say it all the time. It seems like an easy basketball cliche, but the free throw line is going to be so critical in this well-played, tight game.
Bradley has not attempted a free throw in this game. This will be Southern's 9th free throw attempted. Prince Saluki and this quiet Banterra center goes long, and it's the first free throw miss of the game for the Salukis. Prince at the line, 26 of 41 in Valley play this year. Goes around his hip, Those white shorts. Looks up at the orange 10. Takes his time off his right hand, and Prince missed them both. Rebound deflected into the air. Back to Prince. Saves it out to Calron. Calron lost it. Johnson stole it. Johnson sideline right for Bradley. Tie game at 32. Dished off to A.J. Smith, who lays it in. Man, he is a pest. You can never breathe when Johnson's in front of you. 34-32. Bradley leads. Calron fading away. Left side of the hashes can't go. Rebound off to Bradley. Johnson, middle of the floor. Behind his back, over to Wheeler. Wheeler attacks House to the rim. Wheeler lays it in for 2. Calron House, middle of the floor. Southern trails by 4, 36-32. House is the lone points here the second half for Southern. Rollins on Wheeler, all the way to the rim. He was fouled. I think it's going to go on Caillou or Wheeler. And it's going to go on Vandernap. So neither of those two. 36-32. Brian Wardle still complaining here on the sideline to our left. Rollins goes to the line where he's got all 4 of his points. Rollins, multiple hip-high dribbles off of his right hand and rims it in.
They switched big on Little off of Rollins, had a guard on Rollins. He drove hard down the left baseline. This sounds like a small elementary thing, but when a big guy like Rollins can dribble twice with his offhand, that is a skilled player working on better skills even.
Rollins a league bang. Multiple hip-high dribbles again. Flings it up off his right hand, wide right, and the Vandernap gets the miss off the free throw. It's a one-possession game, 36-33. Bradley leads it. Jaquan Johnson walking it down right to left. Jonovic in the high post. Jonovic hands off Huberts. Huberts down to his right, low right block to a jump stop. Looking, helping. Back out to Thomas on the right arc. Thomas tells him to clear in the corner. Huberts has it sideline right. One hands it back, sideline left. Johnson downhill all the way to the rim, laid it in. Good seal by Jonovic. Allows Jaquan Johnson to get his first field goal in the second half. And Southern pass was deflected out of bounds. 13:41 on the clock. 38-33 lead for Bradley.
Bradley with 3 baskets in the last 3 possessions by 3 different players. When Johnson can get down that left line, finish the right hand, Southern's got to look at their rotation on the defensive end at the basket.
Steffi inbounds to Jalen Haynes as Jaquan Johnson picks up the freshman on the near arc. Haynes to his left, around a Rollins screen. Haynes whipped it out. Rollins won't shoot the 3. Over to his near right. Finds Steffi, baseline right, shoved off his man. Mid-range shot on the way for Steffi. Drills it. Drew Steffi, he's got 6. He shoved off of Hubricks to get him some space. 38-35 lead for Bradley. 13:20 to go in the game. Jaquan Johnson on that Saluki dog at midcourt. To his right, Vandernap. Vandernap trying to go baseline right from the right corner. One hands it back, Johnson. Johnson, the white of the Saluki dog tee. 3 on the way. Buries it. Jaquan Johnson makes it look so casual. 12 points for him. Haynes had it poked loose by Thomas. Now Johnson has it. Johnson all the way to the rim. Shot was blocked. Tracked down by Thomas. Back in the middle of the lane to Steffi. Left to right comes Southern. They trail by 6. Steffi pass deflected to Rollins. Rollins dribbles it out in the near wing. Finds a curling Steffi. Steffi baseline right in the near corner in front of Southern's bench. 20 on the shot clock. Coach Nagy yelling, move it. Steffi spinning on Jonovic. Hesitates. Finds Mayo at the nail, back outside, to Rollins, a league bay. Finds Prince, cross court, Steffi, long 3, short. Southern still hasn't made a 3 in this game. Jaquan Johnson, sideline right to Hubricks. 41-35 lead for Bradley. Hubricks high on that right arc, post entry feet and a foul, going to be on Southern. It goes against Drew Steffi.
Southern's got to continue to take good shots. This is a really nice pass, cross court skip pass. Prince Oligbe made, found Drew Steffi right in the pocket. Drew was ready to shoot it, just couldn't find the center of the rim. But Southern's got to be ready. They've got to make a few of these things before this day's over.
Jaquan Johnson and Bradley. They lead at 41-35. Johnson will inbound. Looking for Vandernap. Goes to Jonovic. Catches over his shoulder. Jonovic on the right arc. Hubricks. Long 3 is in. Hubricks had a wide open look, and he's got 8. As Bradley comes down left to right, they lead it by 9. They've led by as many as 12 back in the first half. Mayo got deep, low left block off the Prince. Prince over Jonovic, left it well short. Jonovic corrals the miss. Right to left comes Bradley. They lead by 9. Johnson underneath the rim, open Vandernap, wide open 3, swirled off. Rollins gets the rebound off the Jalen Haynes. 44-35, 9-point lead. SIU on the near arc. Haynes to his left, Rollins a league bay. They want a timeout. Coach Nagy will take it. That'll be the second timeout called for Southern in the game. 44-35 lead. It was a It was 12 back in the first half. Then Southern went on a run at about this moment in the first half to make it a tie game. Right now, Bradley leads it by 9. And it's our under 12-minute media timeout. We'll take it with them. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Springtime must be around the corner. Giant City State Park Lodge is open for the season. The lodge is serving hearty home-style breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day in the heart of Illinois' most scenic park. 3 generations of the Kelly family and their staff look forward to welcoming you back. Bring family and friends, eat well, and enjoy authentic Southern Illinois hospitality at its best. Giant City Lodge, now open and serving every day. Longtime proud supporters of Saluki Athletics. Go Dogs!
Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes every moment cheering on your team even better. Plus, the mountains on the bottles and cans turn blue when your beer is Rocky Mountain cold. So you never have to guess if your Coors Light is ready to drink. So crack one open, take a sip, and enjoy the game. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You work hard to keep your car running and your home safe, so it makes sense to keep them protected with a company that has your interests at the heart of what they do. That's why turning to Country Financial for car and home insurance is an easy choice. Country Financial has been providing insurance and protecting families like yours for 100 years. That's the kind of stability you can trust. Our dedicated reps live and work right in your community and are ready to connect with you to get insurance that fits your needs. Get more for your car and home insurance at countryfinancial.com.
101.5 CIL FM, today's hit music. Also proud to be the flagship station for Saluki basketball. Here in the second half, Bradley, they have controlled the majority of this game. They led by 12 back in the first half. Southern then came all the way back to take the lead. Southern led 28-25 with 90 seconds to go in the half. But Bradley forced the tie game going into halftime, and right now, again, in the early stages, they've had the advantage, but it's about the time where Southern was able to go on their run in the first half, and Salukis will go with Pete Carr at the 5. Davion Sykes is in the game. Drew Steffi, Jalen Haynes, and Damian Mayo are the 5 on the floor.
It's interesting they didn't go back with Jaheim Weber. In the last 7 possessions from the last time that Prince Oligwe missed the back end of his two-shot free throw attempts, Bradley's gone on to a 12-3 run with just 1 possession where they got a shutout.
Haynes inbounds left wing to Sykes. Now it's Picard straight away with 18. Hands off to Haynes. Haynes trying to get downhill through his men. Shot went up, ricocheted off, rebound to Vandernap and Bradley. Bradley comes down right to left. 44-35 lead for the Bradley Braves. 11:25 and the clock winding down. Vandernap on the near corner, goes right to the rim. Pass off of Mayo's shoulder. Goes to Vandernap, and Vandernap can't get the miss. And it's going to be a foul on SIU. Going to go on Davion Sykes. Jaheim Weber into the game, as Weber will come in for Picar. 44-35. 11:15 left in the game. Vandernap at the free throw line here to our left. There's Vandernap, free throw up and in. First free throw of the game for Bradley. Will be their second here. 45-35. Bradley with a 10-point lead. Vandernap missed it. Smith got the rebound, though, for Bradley. Hubrick's three-pointer wide open. Drills at 8 points in the second half, 11 in the game. Bradley with their largest lead, 13. Haynes straight away to Sykes, to his left, Mayo. Mayo one hands to Weber in the high post with 20. Weber hands off Haynes, downhill to the nail, pushed out elbow, lobbed it into Weber. Weber's got it, pushed up off the glass for 2. Jaheim Weber, he had a career-high 4 points at Indiana State. 48-37 lead for the Bradley Braves. 10:45 to go in the game. Southern's going to get back to getting stops. Smith downhill to the rack, blocked by Weber. Jonovich on the miss. Mayo trying to get off of his feet. He does. Mayo in the backcourt. Bounce pass up ahead to Haynes. Haynes on the near wing. Haynes into the lane. Teardrops. Finger rolls it in. Jalen Haynes, it's his first 2 points of the game, and now Southern back within 9. Montana Wheeler slows it down. Javon Mayman yelling out some defensive calls for Southern. Wheeler into the eyes of Haynes. To his right, Huberts. Mayo stays on him like a fly. Yonovich, low post, threw it away. Weber got the tip. Near corner, Smith. 3 in the face of Sykes. Nothing but net. A.J. Smith, he's got 5 all in the second half. 51-39, back to a 12-point game. Haynes slowing it down for Southern. Looking on the near wing. Calvin House about to sub back in. Haynes telling Weber to get out on the wing. Weber's got it. Reverse Haynes straight away with 15. Haynes with 14. Back out to Steffi with 12. Steffi on the near arc with 10. Straight away with 9. Far left wing, down low. Sykes got for a two-handed slam. Davion Sykes dunked it right in front of Yonovich. And Southern back within 11. Back to 10. 51-41, 9:30 to go in the game. Wheeler and Bradley trying to win their 8th in a row in this series. Bounce pass Smith on the right bend. Back to Yonovich in the high post. Yonovich back door to Huberts. Deflected off of his foot. Up ahead Mayo for Southern. Haynes got contact, lays it in with the foul. Jalen Haynes, an opportunity at a three-point play, makes it 51-43, and will go to the line. Calron House about to sub into the game here for SIU. Drew Steffi will come out of the game. He's frustrated that he's coming out. 51-43, 9:17 on the clock. Haynes with an and one opportunity.
When Bradley's in the corner, any Bradley man in the corner, if his man's one step off of being flat between him and the basket, they're going to make a basket cut. Southern was fortunate they mishandled the play because that was the dunk in the making. But Southern did take advantage. Now they got a chance to really get themselves in a good spot to make it a low possession game.
Haynes, big deep breath. Free throws up and in. 5 points for Haynes, all here in the second half. Southern shows pressure. Johnson beats it on the near sideline. Johnson trapped, and he's going to use a timeout with 25 on the shot clock. 9:12 on the game clock. It will not be a media timeout. 51-44. Bradley leads by 7, and all of a sudden, Southern's defense starting to feed into their offense.
I'll tell you what, I've seen it all season long, starting back in November. That seems like 6 years ago, but Southern's pressure, full court pressure, has been effective all year long, whether it's just delaying people getting into their offense, but usually it creates turnovers like we saw in the first half. Another great use of that pressure here late in this second half. Southern's going to have to use it more.
51-44, SIU trails Bradley. Braves have led for almost 25 minutes of this game. Southern just had that initial surge there late in the first half when they led for a minute and 38 seconds. Game has been tied just a little bit over 4 minutes. There's only been 2 lead changes. We've been tied 3 different times. But Southern's used the free throw line to help them get back into this game and stay in this game. 10-13. Bradley only 2 free throws in the game. They've split them. Smith will inbound as Wheeler, Thomas, and Johnson, the 5 on the floor. Johnson got across with 22 on that shot clock. It's now down to 20. Johnson, who's in double figures tonight with 12. To his left, Wheeler. Near corner, Thomas. Hands off Wheeler. Wheeler in front of Bradley's bench. Picks up his dribble. Thomas had it knocked loose by Sykes. Thomas into the chest of Sykes. Into the middle of the lane. Thomas goes up. He was fouled and missed the shot wide left. And it'll be a foul on Davion Sykes. It's going to be his 3rd. 4th team foul on Southern. 51-44. And now Thomas will go to the free throw line where he's an 84% free throw shooter. Thomas, free throw line left, his first on its way. Man, rimmed off. Wow, Southern got a break there. Can they get another? Thomas was 2 of 3 at the free throw line against Belmont. Missed them both. Rebound Sykes. Here comes Southern, left to right, trailing by 7. Hand off to House on the front court right. Now on the near wing. House on the right side of the floor, still standing, dribbling. Downhill on Smith to a jump stop. Bounce past Sykes with the smaller Johnson on him. Fell down, and what are they going to call? Foul? Yes. Foul on Jaquan Johnson. That's going to be his 3rd. 8:36 to go in the game. Southern will inbound. It's the 16th foul on Bradley. So next foul, Southern will be at the free throw line for the rest of the game. Inbounding House. Baseline left. House trying to get it in. Lobbed it back near the midcourt line. Sykes corrals it going into the backcourt and now brings it across. Just flinged it up to Calron House. 51-44 lead for Bradley. Southern with the ball. Calron into the chest of Smith. Right-handed hook shot is in. Calron House, he's got 6 for Southern in the second half. 16 in the game. Rollins Oligbe about to check back in. It's a 5-point ball game. 51-46 lead. Bradley with the ball. Yu overheads at the Thomas on the near wing. Pitch to Smith. Smith overheads it, two hands to Wheeler on the right arc. Johnson gets it back with 13. Johnson with 10. Johnson cross court Smith in the near corner with 9. Into the lane with 8. Lost it out of bounds, and it's going to be Bradley ball. Subbing and coming in will be Huberts, Jonovich, and Vandernap, but that brings us to our under 8-minute media timeout. 51-46 lead for the Braves. Southern, they're clawing back into it. Do they have enough to get over the finish line? This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Looking to make your farm and rural life dreams a reality? Contact Farm Credit Illinois, where local staff support farm families, rural communities, and agriculture throughout the Saluki Nation. As a cooperative owned by its borrower members, Farm Credit provides farm financing, crop insurance expertise, and lending for rural homes and country living. Farm Credit Illinois, helping farm families succeed today and tomorrow.
It's not just a home, it's a fully connected life. When work flows effortlessly, when friends connect from anywhere, when your house runs on smart everything, and being offline isn't an option, Extreme is the connection you need. Get Extreme 1 gig internet with no data caps, Eero Wi-Fi, and equipment, all for $65 a month for 2 years. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Tim Gould Farms in Henry County. He trusts Illinois Farm Bureau to have his back, and so can you.
Farm Bureau has a very large impact on local communities and on the state level. There's different avenues of communications, such as Farm Week, Ag Safety, Ag in the Classroom, scholarship programs. Between an off-the-farm job, the farm, and family, my life without Farm Bureau would feel as though I'm on my own.
The Illinois Farm Bureau Advantage. Impactful advocacy, trusted information, and meaningful development.
6 seconds on the shot clock here for the Bradley Braves. They lead at 51-46 with 8 minutes to go in regulation. Bradley being led by Jaquan Johnson, him and Alex Huberts, both in double figures. 12 points for Johnson, 11 points for Huberts. Huberts, he's made 3 threes in this game, 2 of them here in the second half. He's got 8 of his 11 in the second half for Bradley. All right, Coach Watson, how do the Dogs get this thing over the finish line?
You can only allow one shot. You've got to make sure you challenge inside out. No, if you are stuck flat-footed, then you are in the wrong position. I don't care where you are, what your situation is. If you feel yourself flat-footed, then you've got to readjust your line, because most likely the ball's going to cross your face and go to the man. You should be guarding closer on airtime. Someone's got to guard on airtime, get to the shooters, allow only one shot from here on.
Inbounding will be Montana Wheeler and Bradley. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Wheeler looking to his left, still trying to go left. Vandernap's open. They lob it in. The Johnson with 6. Now 5 near wing, 3 with 4 short. Air ball out of bounds, and it hit the baseline. And it'll be SIU ball. 51-46. Southern gets the stop.
That is a big stop. Southern went to a zone right there, and it worked out for him.
Calron House gets the trigger in. He comes down left to right. Salukis have lost 7 in a row in this series to the Bradley Braves, and they got to come from behind to do it here. They trail by as many as 13 here in the second half. House snakes to the low right block, nearly steps out of bounds. Pass over to Rollins, straightaway Mayo, near wing Haynes carried the ball and traveled. It was a carry or a travel.
Either way, he just got in a hurry instead of just taking his time. It just got sped up. He sped himself up there. Now Southern's got to get a stop.
51-46 lead for Bradley. 7:35 to go in the game. Drew Steffi about to sub back in. Johnson picked up by House to his left, switched off on Sykes. Johnson post entry feed to Jonovich. He's got Rollins on his back. Jonovich spinning. Rollins going for the steal. Hook shot. Jonovich is in. Jonovich, he had 4 points early. He's now got 6 points in the game. 53-46, back to a 7-point game. House, short little runner in the lane is good. He's got 8 in the second half, 18 in the game. Jaquan Johnson comes down right to left. 53-48 is the score. They do not have it correct. 7 minutes gone by. 48 points for Southern, and they still don't have it right. Huberts, 3, air ball. Haynes comes down left to right. Haynes, middle of the floor. Haynes, high left wing. Haynes to the rack. Haynes still with the basketball. Finds Rollins left arc with 22. Rollins On the near arc, back to House, nearly ran in the Haynes. House beats his man Wheeler to the rack, nearly blocked by Jonovic, and a hard foul. Ooh, bodies colliding all the way on the floor. Southern will go to the line. 6:39 on the clock, 53-48. Southern will have free throws, trailing by 5.
Man, I'm telling you, I don't want to go our people. We got to make sure we keep that score right and current, because every time as you're playing, you have a quick glance. It doesn't matter what the announcers need.
House, free throws up, rims it in.
Their eye goes right to that board.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
especially the point guard. Time and score is what you're always taught. Everybody's got to be tightened up here on this situation. Man, I love seeing the ball in Q's hands. What a great block by Jonovic. What a terrific block, because he took away 2 points at the rim.
It's hard for players to really remember exactly the time and score in their head. Calron made the free throw. Can he make a second to bring Southern within 3? He does. Calron House, another 20-point game for him. It's his 6th of the season. Southern picking up pressure. Johnson trying to get in the Hubricks. He's got it. They're in the backcourt. Johnson with 28. Lobbed up ahead, Vandernap. Vandernap has it on the front court left, and now Johnson slows it down. 6:30 to go in the game. It's a one-possession ball game. Vandernap hands off Johnson. Johnson to his left. Johnson left of the hashes. Bounce pass. Jonovic spins. Wide left. Swirled off. Rollins getting the rebound. Rollins to his left to Calron House. SIU with the ball trailing by 3. Southern's not made a 3 in the game. Mayo was fouled by Vandernap as he was driving to the rim. That will send Mayo to the line. So Vandernap, that's his second. 8th team foul. 1-1 for Damian Mayo Jr. Mayo 16 of 21 at the line in league play this year. 78% overall in the season. Mayo eyes up at the orange rim. The first of a 1-1. It's off his right hand. Nothing but net for Damian Mayo.
Really impressed by how both teams, are, especially the guards, are using the baseline to their advantage, putting the defense in a bad spot. If so, that baseline's so effective in college basketball.
Shocker. Another close game as Mayo checks for who he's got on defense as he hoists up the free throw, knocks it through. He's got 4 points in the game, 6:14 to go. It's a 1-point lead for Bradley. They once led by 13. You can hear the Saluki Nation crowd. Johnson into the short corner in the backcourt to Hubricks. Now Johnson's got it back. Hubricks back near the timing stripe, still behind in the backcourt off to A.J. Smith. Smith with 10 seconds gone on the shot clock off to Jaquan Johnson. He's up below the Saluki dog at midcourt. He's on the Saluki dog mouth with 15. Johnson to his right with 13. Back left, middle of the lane, ball loose on the floor. Johnson fouled by Sykes. That's the 4th foul, I believe, on Davion Sykes. Sykes just went right in to his knees. The ball was deflected initially, but a lot of contact. Sykes has 4 fouls. It's the 15th foul on Southern. 5:53 left in the game. Sykes will stay in. Scott Nagy watches, hands on knees. Davion Sykes, who's got 4 fouls, he will stand and guard the inbounder in Jaquan Johnson.
I love having Sykes in. He's got to be wise, and coach is going to trust the senior, but man, Sykes is so critical in this game, and I completely understand why Scott wants to keep him in this thing. Totally agree with this.
Johnson inbounding baseline left. Johnson looking for Jonovic. Bounced it into him. Jonovic left of the hashes. Back outside on the perimeter, and now it's A.J. Smith and Bradley. Smith hands off Johnson to his left around a Jonovic screen. Rises, firing from the nail. Ripples the rope. Jaquan Johnson, he's got 7 in the second half, 14 in the game. It's a 1-possession lead for Bradley, and they're back in a zone, 2-3 zone. Calron House with a shoulder-high dribble, down to a knee, middle of the zone, Sykes. Sykes ball fakes around Jonovic, low left block, shot block, off of Sykes' hands and out of bounds to Bradley. 55-52 lead for the Braves, 5:26 stopped on the clock. Southern's got to come back on defense.
Such a great advantage to have a rim protector like Jonovic. What a great defensive play, because Sykes did exactly what I need to do, and it was a really good basketball play by Jonovic.
No pressure here from SIU. Calron House will pick Jaquan Johnson up just past the midcourt stripe. 22 on the shot clock, 5:15 to go in the game. Johnson wide open 3, rims off, rebound in the air. Vandernap saves off the Smith. 55-52 lead for Bradley. They get a second chance. Johnson with Calron House on him. Just a standing dribble right now. Shot clock down to 10. Johnson to his left. Bad switch. Johnson all the way to the rim. Johnson, he's now got 16 in the game, 9 in the second half. 57-52, 5-point lead for Bradley. Left wing Mayo goes low right, left block, Sykes spinning, far corner, just threw it away. Hubricks up ahead, Johnson. Johnson crosses over House, nearly got the bucket. He was fouled. He'll go to the line. 4:38 on the clock. Southern with two really bad possessions there back to back. Weber's going to come in to the game with 4:38 to go. 57-52 lead for Bradley. Johnson will have free throws.
On the flip side, Southern's got to look for opportunities. Johnson's got 3 fouls. They can't play without him either. So look for maybe a mismatch, especially if they get Mayo. Looks like Weber's going to come in for Sykes since he's got 4 fouls.
Or Rollins.
And they could.
Free throw line left. Jaquan Johnson at the line. Johnson eyeing up at the rim. His free throws up and down.
Johnson is a money player, folks. We saw him as a freshman a year ago, and he has really done a great job going from a freshman player to a sophomore leader of this Bradley team.
58-52. Rollins was the one who was sub for. He comes out of the game. Jaquan Johnson, free throw line left. Bradley leads by 6. Second one on its way. Pure. 11 points here in the second half to make up his game total of 18. Bradley shows pressure, leading by 7. Davion Sykes trying to get past the midcourt line. He finally does with 23. Picks up his dribble, hands off the House on that midcourt logo. Shot clock down to 18. Bradley in a 2-3 zone. House lobbed in the middle of the zone to Sykes. Sykes trying to attack Thomas. Back out Steffi for the first 3 of the game. Off to the rim. Sykes trying to save it. He does. Kelron on the near sideline for SIU. 20 on the shot clock. House straight away with 18. Downhill with 17. House spinning. Back out Steffi near arc with 14. Steffi straight away with 13. 3 on the way. Short. Weber can't get the rebound. Deflected out. Saved by Vandernap and Bradley. Under 4 minutes to go. Steffi battling for it. Ball loose. It's stolen away. SIU comes back left to right. 3:54 under the clock. Next to that ball, our final media timeout. House crossing over Hubrick, spinning at the nail, fading away at the Valley Tech's got the bucket plus the foul. He baited Hubricks into it. Kelron House with 12 in the second half, 22 in the game, a chance to make it 23 when we come back. 59-54, Bradley with the 5-point lead will take the timeout. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads can quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
How do you earn a tradition of leadership? You put in the work with outstanding towing and hauling. Innovate with smart features like a mobile generator and dominate the game 48 years straight. That's Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, a legacy of excellence. Only at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Available feature. See Owner's Manual for important operating instructions based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
Ulico Inc., a labor-owned insurance and investment company, is pleased to announce its support of the Egyptian Building and Construction Trades Council at Southern Illinois. Our personal insurance marketplace, Ulico Select, offers insurance products that protect and empower union workers and their families. Our values define us. Wherever union workers work, Ulico Select is on the job. It's for us, all of us. Check us out at ullicoselect.com.
59-54, Bradley leads it over your Southern Illinois Salukis as we've reached our final media timeout with 3:46 to go in the game. Alongside the Hall of Famer Rodney Watson, I am Luke Martin. Paxton Guy back in our network studios as the Salukis trying to make a comeback here. And in order to do it, Salukis will need some defensive stops and try to get some timely buckets. And tonight, Coach Watson, just Southern has not been able to get a 3 to go. 0 for 12 in this game. The free throw line has kept them in this game.
Yeah, Southern's done a really good job in every single phase of this game. Sure, they give up a couple late offensive rebounds here we've seen recently, but by and large, other than shooting the 3 well today, Southern has played well in every facet. They played from behind twice deep. They got down 13 the second half. They've come back. Big free throw here opportunity for House to close this gap to a solid 2-possession game. It's going to be shutouts now for Southern. The game's at the right score. This is the right phase for Southern to beat a Bradley team.
59-55, Kelron House, who's already over 20 points. 22, he can make it 23 here at the line. Kelron spins that Wilson ball in his hand. Off of his right hand, he's got it. 23 points for Q. As Jaquan Johnson inbounds the Hubricks, and now they come down right to left. Hubricks picked up by Steffi at midcourt. 4-point lead for the Bradley Braves. They're trying to make it 4 in a row in Carbondale. 8 in a row in this series. Steffi deflected it into the backcourt. Hubricks gets it back. Under 20 on the shot clock. Hubricks all the way downhill, spinning, middle of the lane. Hubricks trying to find help off to A.J. Smith. Post entry feed denied by Weber to Jonovic. Far right corner. Smith down to Jonovic. Jonovic, short runner is in. Jonovic, he's got 8 points in the game, 4 in each half. 61-55, 6-point lead. Bradley in his zone. It's a 2-3 zone. Kelron House at the top of the zone. To his left, Mayo. Mayo back to House, middle of the zone. Sykes, it's open. Got his man in the air. Goes up and lays it in. Davion Sykes, 2 more. He's now got 12 in the game, 4 in the second half. 61-57, back to a 4-point game. Under 3 minutes to go. Jaquan Johnson and Bradley standing at that midcourt Saluki Dog logo. Johnson to his left, on the perimeter, left of the hashes. Beat Drew Steffi to the rim. Reverse lay-in is there. Jaquan Johnson, he's now got 13 in the second half. He's over 20. Far left wing Mayo to the rim, laid it in. No, it's thrown off. Weber on the putback, can't go. Battling for the board. Weber rips it away. No, and a late jump ball. Possession arrow does stay with Southern, but Weber had the basket. Jeff Campbell will now hand off to Kelron House. It will stay with Southern. Southern's got to stay calm. 63-57. 20 on the shot clock. House, baseline left. In the Mayo, threw it away. Johnson steals it. Johnson down right to left. Southern not getting back on defense either. Now they finally do. 2:25 to go in the game. It's a 6-point lead for Bradley. Johnson to his left on the perimeter. 2 in a chest pass to Hubricks. Now far right wing Thomas. Thomas with 2:15 left. Hands off Hubricks. Hubricks ball fakes to his left. Post entry feed Thomas on Drew Steffi. Middle of the lane. Near corner 3. Smith short. Rebound Sykes. Here comes Southern trailing by 6. They got to go. 2 minutes to go. House, he's hounded by Smith. Runner in the lane. Got it on the foul. Makes it 63-59. Kelron House, he's trying to will Southern to a win here today. 25 points now for House. He can make it 26. He had 26 earlier this year against Murray State. House with a big, deep breath. You can see that chest just pounding in front of him in that soaked, sweat-filled white jersey top for Southern.
Jaheim has a huge challenge these last 2 minutes when he goes against Jonovic inside. On the last Jonovic bucket, he stayed too high in the help and didn't slide back with his guy. He's got to play great defense down the stretch.
House, free throw on its way, is down. Kelron House, 26, ties his career high. SIU needs defensive stops to win this game. 63-60, 1:55 to go in the game. Get on your feet, Saluki Nation. Jaquan Johnson on that midcourt dog logo. In the high post to Jonovic. Weber sags. Hand off Hubricks, wide open 3, drilled it. Southern with another lazy switch. Hubricks makes him pay, 14 in the game. House on the near wing, 66-60, Bradley leads. Steffi for the first 3 of the game, short. Sykes gets the rebound, but stolen by Johnson. Johnson all the way to the rim, and he'll lay it in for 2 more. Bradley by 8, 1:25 to go in the game. Johnson now with 22 in the game. House, high left wing, baseline left, spinning, looking for help. House off to Weber in the high post. Weber inside the left wing. Now straight away to House. 1:10 to go. Southern running out of time. House, mid-range shot off the heel. Rebound off of Hubricks. Sykes regains control. Sykes, Southern 3, blocked. Jonovic gets the rebound. 1 minute to go in the game. Southern, you got a foul. 68-60. Hubricks in the backcourt. Southern just staying around. Hubricks near the midcourt line, and they finally foul him. It'll be the 17th foul, and it looks like those darn Bradley Braves are going to escape again. It will be 8 in a row. Hubricks to the line. And Randy McCall will hear Scott Nagy calling for a timeout, and he'll take it. It was 63-60. And Bradley has scored the last 5.
I don't know. I think you saw it better than I did. I don't know how Drew got so late on Hubricks, knowing that he's the best shooter in the gym, and without any question. I don't know how they got stuck, whether it was a switch on 2 guys or whatever. But regardless, at this point in the game, when you're trying to do what you're trying to do against a team that's a top division team, maybe wins the league, can never be late on that challenge, and they weren't even close to Hubricks being late on that one.
There's only one guy who's made more threes in Valley play than him, Tyler Lundblade. And you have to treat him like a Tyler Lundblade. In that situation, whatever communication was defensively, it doesn't matter. You stay on him.
Yeah, that's and Southern's top 7 guys have been great. And I just think Weber's playing extremely well for his experience level. But that's just a situation so unfortunate because, as we talked about, other than not shooting the 3 well today, Southern's really done a nice job in nearly every phase of the game. But man, when it is down to the wire and it's a 3-point game, a 1-possession game, getting to the 3-point shooters late cannot be the issue.
Southern 0 for 14 from 3 in the game. Now, keep in mind they were down 9 with just under 2 minutes to go in Peoria, and they miraculously almost had a chance to win the game at the end. But now you're going to have a guy in Hubricks at the line who's an 81% free throw shooter. Miss. Bradley's not attempted many free throws in this game. 6 all here in the second half. Hubricks missed it with a 1-on-1. Sykes gets the rebound. 68-60. Bradley leads. Southern with the ball. House, top of the key. House to his left. House, far corner, Mayo. Can't get the 3 off. Hubricks knocked it out of bounds. It will stay with Southern. 41.8. But Southern now running out of time. They got to get shots up. And really right now you're almost have to get 3s. 41.8. House at the left wing. Steffi near arc. 3 on the way. Near arc, short. Mayo skying for the rebound and a whistle. I guess it went over the backboard. It's going to go out of bounds to Bradley. Steffi 0 for 8 from 3 in this game. He has had 15 shot attempts. He's only made 3. Southern showing pressure, trailing by 8. Jaquan Johnson gets it inbounded. Johnson lost the dribble, gets it back midcourt line. Johnson near wing, just holds on to it, and Sykes fouls him, and that's his 5th foul. And Davion Sykes will be fouled out of the game.
I think they're going to call a timeout before the foul was called. Brian Wardle wanted to call a timeout, so Johnson having trouble.
Max Picar subbing in for SIU, 68-60 the score. Barring a really big miracle, Coach Watson, Bradley will sweep the regular season series again. It will be win number 62 in this series in game 112 today. 8 in a row. And unfortunately for Southern, it's not going to get easier because now they got to go play a team in Drake with a very similar streak as well against this Saluki program.
Yeah, no doubt, 12 out of 13. Man, that's hard for me to take, to even think about that being a possibility, as well as this situation we got going with Bradley as well. But it is what it is. Southern's making great progress. So they're a much better team today than when they started the season. We kept saying all along from the beginning, do you get better every week? Do you get better every month? Southern has. Just couldn't string enough good things to happen in this game. Again, 35 seconds left. 3-possession game.
68-60 lead for Bradley. 25 on the shot clock. Thomas will inbound with Picar guarding him. Thomas quickly into Johnson. Johnson's fouled by Mayo, and Johnson will go to the line with 33.9. Johnson has shockingly not been to the free throw line in this game, or he has twice. He made them both. 164 free throws for him this year.
You would think a guy of his size, how's that happen? Well, he uses his strength so well to get into bodies. It's a terrific basketball player.
68-60. It is still the 1-and-1. Johnson knocks in the first.
Luke, his ability to score down the lane where there's help side defense, and it's not just against Southern, throughout the season, that's what impressed me most about Jaquan Johnson, how he can really get to the basket and score.
Johnson, free throw line left. Eyes up again at that rim. 69-60 and makes it 70-60. Made them both. Calhoun House, and of course the perfect timing of this would be when Southern makes their first three of the night, down 0 for 15. Q with a mid-range shot, well short, deflected in the air off the Johnson. 25 seconds, and Southern says no fouls. That will end it. Brian Wardle gives a big smile to A.J. Smith. He pats him on the back. The few Bradley fans that are here chanting BU as for the fourth consecutive time here inside Banterra Center, and for the 8th time overall in this series, Bradley has knocked off the Salukis 8 games in a row. 70-60 is the final score. The IBEW Local 702 postgame show is next. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
SIU Credit Union knows what it means to be a part of a team. Whether you're on the field or in the stands, community is what it's all about. They're not just here for your financial needs, they're here to give back, because people helping people is at the heart of everything they do. You can join SIUCU if you live or work in one of the lower 24 counties in Southern Illinois. That's right, if you're a Saluki fan, you can be a part of their team too. Learn more at SIUCU.org. SIU Credit Union, your financial home team. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
It's not just a home, it's a fully connected life. When work flows effortlessly, when friends connect from anywhere, when your house runs on smart everything, and being offline isn't an option, Extreme is the connection you need. Get Extreme 1 gig internet with no data caps, Eero Wi-Fi, and equipment, all for $65 a month for 2 years. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
This is Steve Huggart, Business Manager of IBEW Local 702. Our members are active in communities throughout the 3-state area. From community food drives to helping build youth centers and hundreds of projects that give a hand to our neighbors in need, our members buy homes, shop locally, and pay taxes, adding to the strength of our local economy. At IBEW Local 702, our job is to improve the lives of our members and families as they work to build a brighter future for our region and our country.
We all like new stuff. A new car, a new house, even a new big screen TV. The looks, smell, and feel of something new. If you love new, then you'll love Newbie's Pizza in Carbondale. That's why they handcraft each order to your specific detail and desire. Think about Newbie's Pizza at 830 East Walnut Street in Carbondale. Visit NEWBYSPIZZA.com. Newbie's Pizza, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
No.
No one should have to pay for the damages that result from
I've got a board up
injury
here
caused by someone else. The partners of Sam C.
So
Mitchell Law, Lance
we're
Brown, and not,
Matthew
Caraway,
I'm not hitting
Southern
a fader
Illinois
and switching
because
sources.
They are Southern Illinois.
We're going to end this game and
For
start
decades,
another one.
The firm has proven to be a trusted, experienced, and dedicated partner in helping bring justice and personal service to the victims of negligence and intentional wrongdoing. Let the attorneys of Sam C. Mitchell fight for you. For more information, visit scmitchell.com.
Ever seen a Saluki climb a roof? Well, neither have we. But at SI Roofing and Siding, we work just as fast, just as sleek, and just as reliable. From roofing to gutters and premium steel board and batten siding, our team makes your home look sharp and stay strong. Based right here in Marion, we're BBB A+ rated and proud to serve Southern Illinois. Don't settle for rough results. Call SI Roofing and Siding today at 618-971-1457 or visit siroofing.net. SI Roofing and Siding, built to run with the big dogs.
Saluki Basketball has been brought to you by SIU Credit Union, helping our members by providing more services, fewer fees, and better rates. Stop by a branch today. Welcome to the IBEW Local 702 postgame show. IBEW Local 702. 4,000 men and women proud to support the Salukis.
Bradley makes it 8 in a row in this series. They knock off Southern Illinois 70-60 here today. Bradley, they were in a tie game at halftime, and Salukis, they trailed by 13 in the second half. Got it as close to one possession, but that's as close as Southern would get to this one before Bradley went on a really nice run towards the end. Jaquan Johnson, he is going to have a say in this Larry Bird Player of the Year talk. He was outstanding. 24.7 rebounds for him to pace the Bradley Braves. We'll take a timeout. We'll be joined by head coach Scott Nagy when we come back, as well as our Marion Toyota Player of the Game, which tonight, no doubt, Calhoun House deserves those honors, but Davion Sykes played a really big role in this game as well. Davion will be our interview. We'll take a timeout. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
If you love the outdoors like I do, then you'll love Southern Illinois. But the indoor activities are also great. I'm Luke Walsh, and I'm proud to play for Saluki men's basketball. In this region, there's nothing like the fans and community support, and one of the biggest supporters is Banterra. It's why I'm glad to be a customer. I opened my account online, and their Saluki Visa debit card supports SIU scholarships and athletics. That was an easy win for me. Banterra Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics, member FDIC.
Saluki fans, accuracy and timing matter on the court, and they matter in surgery too. At SIH, our surgeons use advanced robotic-assisted technology for more precision, smaller incisions, and faster recovery, so you can get back to cheering on your Salukis. Trust the team that treats every procedure like a game-winning play. SIH, advancing care because it's personal. Learn more at sih.net/robotics.
This is Steve Huggart, Business Manager of IBEW Local 702. Our members are active in communities throughout the three-state area. From community food drives to helping build youth centers and hundreds of projects that give a hand to our neighbors in need, our members buy homes, shop locally, and pay taxes, adding to the strength of our local economy. At IBEW Local 702, our job is to improve the lives of our members and families as they work to build a brighter future for our region and our country.
Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes every moment cheering on your team even better. Plus, the mountains on the bottles and cans turn blue when your beer is Rocky Mountain cold. So you never have to guess if your Coors Light is ready to drink. So crack one open, take a sip, and enjoy the game. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Anyone can slap a logo on a shirt, but your branded apparel isn't just merchandise. It's your reputation walking around town, your team's identity, and your company's handshake before you even say hello. At Silkworm, we understand that when you put your name on something, it better be perfect. Because at the end of the day, we're not just printing shirts, we're protecting what you've built. And that deserves more than an algorithm and a prayer. Silkworm, quality orders, on time, delivered with awesome customer service. The human way.
How do you earn a tradition of leadership? You put in the work with outstanding towing and hauling. Innovate with smart features like a mobile generator and dominate the game 48 years straight. That's Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, a legacy of excellence. Only at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Available feature. See Owner's Manual for important operating instructions based on 1977 to 2024 total sales.
Back here inside Banterra Center, where again the final score, Bradley gets the win 70-60 over the Southern Illinois Salukis here tonight as Bradley stays in the hunt for that Missouri Valley Conference Championship as the Braves now 11-5 in Valley play. Southern falls to 6-10 in league play as we're about to be joined by head coach Scott Nagy. His comments are always brought to you by CMC Mitchell and Associates. As Southern again just comes up short here tonight. Tremendous effort by SIU again. Coach Watson in this game. They trailed by 13 in the second half, got all the way back to one possession. They trailed by 12 early and came back to take the lead. Just not enough to get over the hump, and another close one here at home as Coach joins us here, and he'll plop on that headset as well. Again, his comments brought to you by Sam C. Mitchell and Associates. Coach, let's start off, back in the first half, you guys dig yourself that 12-point lead and then ultimately come all the way back and take a lead with about 90 seconds to go in the first half. Just the differences for your group to really clamp down defensively and work yourselves back to get a lead right before halftime.
Yeah, we were good enough defensively to win the game. We just weren't good enough offensively. And I thought, particularly that last 10 minutes of the first half, man, our guys were great. They were great. And, we told them if you have a second half like that, we'll win. You just got to count on being better offensively than we were. You go the entire game and don't make a three. It just makes it hard. It just does. And we've had games like that. There's 2 games now we play with Bradley that we've had like that. It just makes it hard to win games, and when you get open shots and you don't make them, it really drains your team.
Well, on the other side of it too, Coach, I felt your team, they were good looks. It wasn't like there was times where tonight it felt like where you're like, man, that's a bad shot. Like, felt your team was really good in terms of the shots they wanted throughout the game.
Yeah, we did. We got good looks, and you got to expect to make. It's like we talked about it before the game. 33% you want to be able to shoot, which means if you make 5 of those, it's a completely different game.
Coach Shaheem Weber just keeps getting better and better as it goes right in front of our eyes. You called on him for 14.5 minutes. What's he mean to you and your team?
Well, he's great defensively. He really protects the rim. He just has got to get more comfortable offensively. I keep saying this about Jaheim, that I think he's going to be one of the best players in the league before he's done. He's a monster. He's athletic. He can really move his feet. He, like we said, protects the rim. And as soon as when he gets more comfortable with his back to the basket, he's going to be a beast.
You were really counting on Davion Sykes in this game, and one telling point was at 5.5 minutes. He picked up his 4th foul, and you left him in.
Yeah, there's no reason to worry about it there. I'm just going to play him. I'm not worried about that. And if he fouls, then we have Prince coming off the bench, and so I wanted to keep him in there because he was playing well.
Coach, I know you'll remember the shot because it was a huge 3 by Hubricks there at the right arc. It was an open look. Did you see what happened defensively to allow him to get that open look there late?
Yeah, I'm not even sure which one we're talking about. So, no, I didn't. I wasn't able to see it.
Okay. Well, obviously Alex has a tremendous game, but can you describe just the challenge that Jaquan Johnson is the guard? I mean, just a phenomenal game today for Bradley.
Yeah, and we talked about coming in the game. We wanted their post to beat us. I really thought they beat us up inside. I thought they were more physical than us. They pushed us around. They didn't let us take handoffs on offense. And they just threw the ball in a lot more than they normally do because they probably didn't feel like we could guard in the post, and we didn't guard very good down there. We let them catch the ball way too deep, and then that's how Rollins got in foul trouble in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I know it was a really rough night for Rollins. What really is the biggest thing that he can take away from tonight?
Like most of our guys, when you're playing well, and I tell them all, like you either humble yourself or you're going to get humbled. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So you either do it yourself or it's going to happen to you. But one way or another, it's going to happen, and it's much better. It's a much better lesson when you can humble yourself. Like today, he got humbled a little bit, and so it'll be a good wake-up call for him. I know he'll respond.
Coach, appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Once again, now is head coach Scott Nagy join us here post-game. We'll take a timeout and be joined by Davion Sykes. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Dear Winter, Toyota can't get enough of you because Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. From the versatile RAV4 to the svelte Crown, the sleek Camry all-wheel drive, the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the rugged Tacoma, the tenacious Tundra, and the spacious Grand Highlander with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. Hey, you bring the action, we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Springtime must be around the corner. Giant City State Park Lodge is open for the season. The lodge is serving hearty home-style breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day in the heart of Illinois' most scenic park. 3 generations of the Kelly family and their staff look forward to welcoming you back. Bring family and friends, eat well, and enjoy authentic Southern Illinois hospitality at its best. Giant City Lodge, now open and serving every day. Longtime proud supporters of Saluki Athletics. Go Dogs!
Conveniently located in the heart of Southern Illinois lies Rend Lake Golf Resort, the region's only 27-hole public golf course with 5 sets of tees, expansive greens, driving range, and on-site PGA instruction. Rend Lake Golf Resort is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. Looking for stay-and-play packages? Check out Rend Lake Golf Resort's on-site lodging, condos, and cabins. After your round, relax with friends and family and enjoy a meal on-site at Seasons Restaurant. To learn more, visit us at RendLakeGolfResort.com. Rend Lake Golf Resort, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Ever seen a Saluki climb a roof? Well, neither have we. But at SI Roofing and Siding, we work just as fast, just as sleek, and just as reliable. From roofing to gutters and premium steel board and batten siding, our team makes your home look sharp and stay strong. Based right here in Marion, we're BBB A+ rated and proud to serve Southern Illinois. Don't settle for rough results. Call SI Roofing and Siding today at 618-971-1457 or visit siroofing.net. SI Roofing and Siding, built to run with the big dogs.
SIU has rare dual recognition, one of only 21 universities out of nearly 4,000 nationwide honored by the Carnegie Classification. We are a Research One university, driving innovation and discovery. We are also an opportunity university, opening doors and helping all students succeed. Less than 1% of universities hold both honors, and SIU is the only one serving a rural region. That makes Saluki's unique, a community defined by excellence, access, and opportunity. Support the research that changes lives and the scholarships that expand access. Visit siuf.org/give.
No one should have to pay for the damages that result from a personal injury caused by someone else. The partners of Sam C. Mitchell Law, Lance Brown, and Matthew Caraway fight for Southern Illinoisans because they are Southern Illinoisans. For decades, the firm has proven to be a trusted, experienced, and dedicated partner in helping bring justice and personal service to the victims of negligence and intentional wrongdoing. Let the attorneys of Sam C. Mitchell fight for you. For more information, visit scmitchell.com.
For SIU, Davion tonight, his final line in the game, scores in double figures, 12 points, had 5 rebounds, also chipped in an assist as well against Southern Falls, 70-60 to the Bradley Braves. And Davion, ultimately that's what matters, and that's what's most frustrating for you guys of not getting over the hump. What ultimately did you feel was the difference in those final possessions? You guys get all the way back to make it 63-60. Just some key shots that Bradley made there late.
Yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's just discipline. Don't make the same mistakes that you've been making, kind of all game. At the end of the game, it's mistake kind of for mistake. And I think, we just make more of those at the end of the game. I feel like we lose a little focus as a team. So, I mean, coaches calling certain things and, we're not really locked in on the calls or, switching when we're not supposed to. And, that's what it kind of comes down to.
I don't know how much you could speak of. I can't remember exactly where you were on the floor, and I don't think you were involved in it, but Hubert's got that wide open three with about a minute 50 to make it 66-60. Can you take us through that defensive possession of what happened from your vantage point? Was it a bad switch, miscommunication?
No, I mean, at the time, we were in a certain call. I really just remember, I think we called it Diamond. That was just our scout on them for their play. I think that's what we called. I think it was just Drew had took a bad route. For whatever reason, I think he kind of saw him, come towards my direction. And I think Drew tried to shoot the gap on my guy, and he went the whole opposite. So me and Drew kind of got locked up a little bit. And, I mean, next thing you know, he's on the opposite side of us. And, I mean, he had a wide-open shot. So I think it was just, Drew kind of turned his head on that one and didn't see kind of really where he was going. And he tried to shoot the gap when, Hubers was on the totally opposite side.
Davion, I just marvel at your game, and I mean that just from a year ago to see where you were back when we were in South Dakota to where you are right now, getting near senior day. Frankly, it's kind of getting that close. Just your growth. Where have you seen yourself grow in 2 years being a Saluki?
Mentally. I think for the biggest thing for me was just mentally, just staying true to myself and just knowing, every day, what it has to be. Just having the humility of, knowing what the team needs. I'm not going to be the guy, taking all the shots. I'm not going to be the guy, that we kind of go to, when we need a bucket. But I am the guy, who does everything else on the floor. And that's where I take, pride in knowing that I have to go get the boards. I have to dive on the floor. I have to go get, that 50-50 ball. And that's just where I stand out. And I feel like, that's just what I have to do.
When I was an assistant here, I learned a lot about defense, especially under guys like Sam Weaver, Bruce Weber, Matt Painter, and so forth. And keeping your feet apart, guarding the ball, you're the best on the team at it. Is that something that that it's just been a habit you've had, or is it something you really concentrate on every possession?
No, I definitely come from a defensive background. I think, defense is just a mindset at the end of the day. You kind of want to have to do it. I know, defense is what keeps me on the floor. And I have to take pride in that and own it that, this is what I have to do to stay on the floor. So, yeah.
It's something Luke brought up in our last podcast. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to it, but it's worth your while to listen to it. Just there's so much data out there in terms of, what guys do with what guys and so forth. And Luke will talk about the 5 best, most efficient players at a time, and this is no criticism of anything. It's just, it's not by coincidence that when you're on the floor with another group of 4 guys, you guys are scoring at a high rate and you're defending at a low rate, and it's beautiful to see, and it's not surprising because we watch every game. On the offensive end, going into a game like today, you watch film. It's a short week, short preparation, but you know what to expect with Bradley. Where did you see yourself helping this team from an offense efficiency ability, being able to score the ball? Because our top 7 are playing at a really good pace. Even though this game didn't turn out the way it did, we only did one thing poorly today, and that's not shoot threes. Yeah. So for you, how did you score the ball coming in this game knowing where I can get Bradley in a certain spot?
Just using my IQ, I know that, there's going to be certain guys that they're going to, try to go after, certain guys that they might double, a lot of guys that they might help in off of. So just being able to cut, kind of backdoor run in transition. Honestly, scoring in zone, I'm very, very comfortable, catching the ball and turning around. I don't really get hesitant in zone. That's just something I've grown into over the years. So, when they go zone, it's like almost any team that kind of goes zone, I kind of smile because I know, where my spots are, and I know, how to break down the zone. But, just knowing, kind of their defense and how they're going to play and just going against their principles, I feel like, it's just the best thing for me to do.
How impressed were you with Jonovich today? He really protected the rim well.
He did. He's definitely a big guy. We were on the free throw line. I was like, bro, are you really 7 foot? And he was like, yeah. I was like, dang. Because, he was tall, and I went up on him, and I thought I had him, but, he's still 7 foot, so, he definitely blocked my shot, so.
No doubt. He had 3 of them tonight. Corey Thomas had 5 as well. 8 blocks for Bradley in this game. Kind of flipping it back to your team, Davion. Kelron, phenomenal effort, 26 points. Well, it was big for both of you guys. You guys were combined 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Look, the threes weren't falling. We know that, but how important it was to knock down your free throws, because that gave you guys at least an opportunity to stay around in this game.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know Q is always working on his free throws. He's trying to go 20 for 20 almost every time he shoots a free throw or he's practicing. And just me, it's a big emphasis. I feel like, being able to drive and, I'm going to get fouled. So, just being able to step up and knock those down. And, at any point of the game, it's just something, I've worked on, I'm mentally prepared to do.
Don't think it's by accident when, again, you look at plus-minus in this game. The only Saluki who had a positive plus-minus was Jaheim Weber. Jaheim maybe didn't add a ton offensively, but he had 4 rebounds in the game, 2 offensive, 2 defensive, but it was really his defense, Davion, that spoke volumes today. You can't watch him at all times, especially when you're out there on the floor with him. But how much has he grown, and how big of a role can he play for this team here down the stretch?
I've told Jaheim might be my favorite player on the team. I'm always telling Jaheim I'm rooting for him. I'm always telling Jaheim, a lot of things behind closed doors. I love that guy to death. He's my guy. I think he can be great. I've told him since day one, even since last year, even when he redshirted, that, you're my guy and I believe in you. That's just somebody that I believe in. That's someone that, I can see that, is going to be great for this team, especially in the future. So just, I told him, obviously, this year may not be what you kind of wanted, not playing and stuff like that. But, you still got 3 more years to, go hard and stuff. And, we have a lot of guys that, we have 5 guys that are leaving, seniors. So, that opened up room. But I think Jaheim's going to be great. He's just, touching the surface. And I know he's going to keep working because he wants it. So,
obviously a busy week for you guys now. You'll be out in Iowa this week with Drake and Northern Iowa back-to-back. Just, you guys preach all the time. You really love being around each other. You're going to be on the road for 2 really important games, starting with Drake early this week on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a grind. Road wins are always tough. I think just spending time together in that hotel room, you know, is going to keep us together. It always does. It's always good traveling with this team, but I think, you know, we're going to have more of a locked-in mindset because, you know, these are 2 big wins that we have to get in order, especially to get rolling into the tournament. You know, you want to carry some momentum. So I think, you know, that's what we're trying to focus on.
Your room service bill, I know, is high up there this year, man. We've been on the road so much, you know. Not to say that Davion that's a joke, by the way. You know, we're not trying to say he's running up for the room bill. Man, you guys have been on the road a lot, and you guys do. You speak about how you love being around each other, and it shows. Davion, appreciate the time, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Davion.
Davion Sykes was our Marion Toyota player of the game. Salukis fall 70-60 here tonight. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Paxton Guy with that final look around the Valley scoreboard. And we'll preview the women's game to come with Larry Larson, who will have the call here in just about half hour. We'll take a timeout. This is Saluki basketball from Learfield.
Ulico Inc., a labor-owned insurance and investment company, is pleased to announce its support of the Egyptian Building and Construction Trades Council at Southern Illinois. Our personal insurance marketplace, Ulico Select, offers insurance products that protect and empower union workers and their families. Our values define us. Wherever union workers work, Ulico Select is on the job. It's for us, all of us. Check us out at ullicoselect.com.
It's not just a home, it's a fully connected life. When work flows effortlessly, when friends connect from anywhere, when your house runs on smart everything, and being offline isn't an option, Extreme is the connection you need. Get Extreme 1 gig internet with no data caps, Eero Wi-Fi, and equipment, all for $65 a month for 2 years. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Situated in the flowing hills and grand terrain of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, a memorable golf experience awaits. It's Dalhousie Golf Club. For over 20 years, Dalhousie has set the standard for golf in Missouri and beyond. Historically voted as the #1 golf experience in the state and serving as host to numerous golf championships, Dalhousie is a special place. A limited number of affordable local, national, and social memberships are presently available. Contact John Oliver at 573-979-2912 to learn how you can become a member of Dalhousie Golf Club. That's John Oliver, 573-979-2912.
Springtime must be around the corner. Giant City State Park Lodge is open for the season. The lodge is serving hearty homestyle breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day in the heart of Illinois' most scenic park. 3 generations of the Kelly family and their staff look forward to welcoming you back. Bring family and friends, eat well, and enjoy authentic Southern Illinois hospitality at its best. Giant City Lodge, now open and serving every day. Longtime proud supporters of Saluki Athletics. Go Dogs!
Southern Illinois has a new place to party it up or wind down. Introducing Southpaw Bar and Grill in Murfreesboro. With 22,000 square feet and a full kitchen, they have everything you need to make the most of your lunch, dinner, or night out. Burgers, wings, and barbecue are their speciality. It's the all-new Southpaw Bar and Grill. Check them out on Facebook or find them at the corner of Route 127 and the Ava Blacktop. Now open Sunday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. to midnight and 10:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Southpaw Bar and Grill, the official Saluki watch party destination of Murfreesboro.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why our agents work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Isn't it time to check Shelter out? Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Paxton Guy back on the IBEW Local 702 post game. Bradley takes this one 70-60 over the Dogs. Thrilling finish in Valparaiso. Brody Whitaker hitting the game-winning bucket with 8 seconds left. The Beacons hold on to beat Indiana State 76-75. How about the Beacons? 8-8 in the league. What strides they have made there in Northwest Indiana. Drake's looking like they're going to be losing 6 in a row when we play them on Wednesday. They're getting popped at Northern Iowa 56-43. Still 11 minutes left in that one. in Cedar Falls. Ben Jacobson teams in February, I'm telling you. 10 minutes left, second half in Chicago. It is all UIC. The Flames humbling Illinois State 63-36. That would snap a fourth-place tie and give the Flames the season sweep of the Redbirds if they hold on. 5 o'clock tip in Kentucky. Belmont taking on Murray State. A Belmont win all but pretty much assures them of the Valley's #1 overall seed come March. One game of the top 25. It was in Champaign, number 8 Illinois. No problems with Indiana, 71-51, 25 for Berkovich in that one. SIU baseball, top of the 8th. They're trailing at Oral Roberts 5-2. Dogs trying to win that series. That's the rubber game of that set in Tulsa. SIU women's basketball coming up on News Radio WJPF. Game 2 of our doubleheader, SIU and Bradley on the women's side of things. Larry Larson will start his broadcast right at 4 o'clock over on News Radio WJPF in Southern Illinois, as well as on the Varsity Network app. Back to Banterra Center. Here's Luke Martin.
Wow, speaking of Larry Larson, it's amazing. He can appear in multiple spots, Coach Watson.
He's everywhere.
I know, he's everywhere. And pulling double duty.
Hey,
today,
you know
too.
me.
I just want to know, I knew you were going to be doing the first game here on TV and would be wearing a tie, so I wore a tie.
You
can see who did not live up to the...
Need to borrow mine?
No, I'm protesting the purple tie, by the way. In light of my disdain for Kentucky Wesleyan. Thank you.
Obviously, Saluki men come up short here in Game 1 of this doubleheader. Saluki women take on the Bradley Braves here in a matter of moments. And don't say this lightly, Larry. I mean, you talk about one of the hottest teams in the league on the women's side. It is Coach Kelly Bond White and her group just coming off just a dominant win just the other night against Illinois State.
I would say, I've done the games. This is my third season on the women's side. Yeah, I do the games, in case you haven't noticed. But I think that was the best win that I've called for us when you put everything together. Opponent, effort, execution, game plan. That was one of those games where it all happened. It all came together. And what I think the biggest thing for this team is and has been lately is offense. There were times last year and the year before where we had one player, and if that one player got shut down, it was Giftu Uchenna, and then before that, Lanaya Randall. We were out of luck. Now this year we've got 4 players averaging double digits in conference play. That hasn't happened since 2018. So now that that's clicking, you feel like you can beat anybody, and I don't say that lightly either, but I think that result over Illinois State is telling.
Now that was a win, and it got over the hump. But there's been even positive results in losses and going on the road. Murray played Murray well here. You weren't here for that one inside Banterra, but you were on the road. Is there a point that you can pick right now? I mean, this is going to be a good telling sign. I mean, man, if you can go back-to-back weekends, sweeping a weekend, especially with the 2 that Southern would have to do it, that would speak volumes alone. But what would you say has kind of been maybe the turning point for this group that's gotten them to play really a whole lot better?
Yeah, talking to the players and even the coaching staff, I think they all point to losing at UNI. It was the second game of a 2-game weekend at Iowa, and we know how hard it is to win over there. And, of course, the men are about to dive head first right into that. But it was a good effort at Drake the night before, but lost by, I think, 12 points ultimately. And then we went over to Cedar Falls and just got whooped. Lost by, I think, 20. And after that, the team has come out with a different type of energy. The offense is a lot more free-flowing, and we've got a lot of players that are just kind of playing free right now. You look at Janiah Thompson and India Green, 2 players that are in their last year of college basketball, and something clicked to where it was like, hey, this is all we got left. And so they're out there, and the phrase I keep hearing from everybody is they're hooping. They're hooping right now. They're getting the ball, and they know what to do with it. They put it in the hole, and it's been a lot of fun to watch.
How important has Krause been to this team? From the first time I saw, I know her dad, John, and I know the Oakville name of Krause and so forth. Just to see a person like her to come out and play with such a high-level basketball skill at the guard spot, how important has that been to this team?
Well, it's been so much fun to watch because I think she's the player, even though we can talk about India Green and Janiah Thompson as go-to players. When we need a basket, she's the player that everybody looks to. And it's almost always the mid-range shot, and she almost always makes them. Having a player that is used to winning, last year at Oral Roberts, she didn't play much because it was a good team, and then her coach got hired by Arkansas. And then before that, obviously, Oakville, and they were in the state title game in back-to-back years. Having a player who comes in not only wanting to win but expecting to win, I think went a long way in turning this thing around, because there were times the last 2 years, you guys know as well as I do from just following it, you get to a certain point of loss. You get into that funk, and it's just kind of like, okay, well, we're probably going to lose again. That did not happen, and I think a lot of it has to do with Elena Krause.
What do you make of their defense? It's obviously better. You hold an Illinois State team that Luke and I saw early in January down at Belmont thinking, man, this team can be right in the middle of things. Illinois State, even though they lost that night, they just shut them off.
Yeah, the defense is interesting because I think it comes in spurts. I think seeing things through consistently is the next big step for them, but where I think they've really thrived defensively is the perimeter, because they've had to. It's somewhat like the men in that aspect where the threes weren't falling for a long time, so they had to defend the three, and they were even shutting out some of the best teams from three. You talk about that Murray State game here at home against Belmont. They just have not allowed teams to get that confidence from beyond the arc, and I think that's where the defense starts.
Larry, the one thing that I notice about women's basketball now, and I've not been bashful saying my favorite women's team, no offense to Southern, they're my second favorite, is Southern Indiana. They're second in the league in the OVC. And I just watched them beat a good Tennessee Tech team last night. What I've noticed about women's basketball on the whole, and last night there was a great game on with LSU and South Carolina, I think. Women's basketball has evolved just amazingly. What do you see from the offensive end? Do you enjoy the way the game is played, and it's different than men, and how can you maybe describe that?
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't find myself thinking about it a ton. I almost, thinking about the two Missouri Valleys on both sides, women and men, I think where you see the biggest difference in the women's game is almost the pace.
Yeah.
You just don't see a lot of half-court offenses in the Valley, at least in this year's Valley. You think about teams like Murray State, and they're just running up and down on you, and you can kind of forget defense. That's hard to call on the radio.
Not for my guy.
Yeah. Well, we do our best. But that entertaining style of basketball, I think, has become more prominent, where I think on the women's side, I don't want to say it's easier, but you see it more often where teams win by just running teams out of the gym, scoring. You look at that LSU team, and they're near 100 points a lot of the time. Murray State, same way. SIU kind of selectively pushes the pace. So that's where I'd put my finger on the difference. But in terms of entertainment value, I think I was talking to you about this, Luke. The upper level of women's college basketball, there is a very large disparity between the top of the SEC and the bottom of the SEC just in terms of money and investment. The Missouri Valley Conference this year, for my money, is as competitive as it gets in women's college basketball. And that's what I've really enjoyed about this recent stretch is, look, the Salukis are in every game against some really good teams, and every night you just don't know what you're going to get.
Sounds familiar. Sounds like we lived that a little bit here on the men's side of things. Just kind of, Larry, I know our audience will flip over to you here at the top of the hour.
Well, I
hope
hope so.
O'clock. They will. They'll flip it over. We'll make sure.
We're not going to let them go.
Yeah, we're not going to let them go. Just kind of give us the matchup today. Obviously, Bradley's had a really good season, and Coach Wardle's daughter plays on that team and plays a really big role for that group. Just for if Southern wants to have the opportunity to get a weekend sweep, just the type of challenge that's going to be in their way.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was a student, or at the tail end of my time at Bradley, when Kate Popovic-Goss got hired, and let's just say it wasn't going well early. And the way she's turned this thing around has been incredible to see, and it starts with players like Maya Wardle, but the key for the Salukis against Bradley today is going to be making sure that a third scoring option doesn't get going. They've got a really good guard, fifth-year senior in Kaylin Nelson, who averages 18 points a game, one of the best pure scorers in the Valley, and a little bit like Jaquan Johnson for the men. Maya Foz might be freshman of the year in the Valley. She's at 14 points a game. If you can prevent Maya Wardle from getting 10 or 15, if you can prevent Ellie McDermott, their starting sophomore forward, from getting 10 or 15 or 20 points like she did last night or 2 nights ago against Evansville, you got a real good shot in this game. But Bradley is the only team in the Valley top 3 in points per game and points per game defense. So they're not a team where you can say, oh, if they don't score, they don't win, or oh, if they don't get stops, they don't win. They can win both kinds of games. And SIU has showed that penchant as well. So for me, that tells me it's going to be a good game.
Well, Larry, we appreciate the time. Have a great call here coming up at 4 o'clock. And we'll have a great call to you and Coach Watson, because Coach Watson's going to stick around.
I have officially spoken more about women's basketball today than I have the rest of my life. So thank you, Larry.
Well, I think your carpool partner might be chomping at the bit if you stick around for this game.
He's having a refreshment right now. I think he'd be fine if I got to him.
That's what he told me.
Somewhere in the middle of the second half.
I'd tag along if I didn't have so much work in front of me right now.
Larry, he's a Saluki to the core. He went to school here, so he knows where all the spots are in this town.
Of course, it's none other than the great Doug Knobsack.
Man, he's done such a good job on TV.
Yeah, you guys are a great duo. Appreciate the time, Larry, and we'll hand it off to you here in about I guess 15 minutes or so.
Just enough time for me to finish up my lunch.
That's Larry Larson, the voice of Saluki women's basketball. Again, a big thank you to my partner in crime, Ronnie Watson. I am Luke Martin saying so long here from Carbondale, where, again, Bradley wins it 80-70. Be sure to stick around for Game 2 of this doubleheader. Larry Larson will have that call for you right at 4 o'clock. Again, that will be Saluki women taking on the Bradley women here from Banterra Center. So, for everybody here from Banterra